Hello, everybody. It is Mira Shades Jesus, I can't pronounce my words. It's Mira Shades GM. I'm not Jesus.
Could
Thank
be.
God that I'm not Jesus. How many
Sounds like a
many
lot of
more
pressure.
God puns can we fit? This is a great start, by the way. Let's get started. So, it's New Amsterdam. It's raining. I have too many tattoos. I've gone crazy. It's New Amsterdam. It's raining as always. It is, we probably get a shot from the outside of the canal. The canal, it's raining pretty hard right about now. So instead of the normal pissing drizzle that you get, you're getting like a legitimate kind of downpour again, and you know what they say, it's either raining or it's fucking raining in New Amsterdam. And today it's fucking raining. You see homeless people getting their shoes filled with fucking canal water. There are kids out playing in the water, much to the chagrin of their parents, who just know that bad things are going to happen down the line medically because of that. Probably we get one of "Don't get that water in your mouth," as like some kid is like running around like and we get another shot of an open air market, and you've got people with big wet brooms pushing all the water off this concrete, fighting against this endless tide as people on the inside are selling their wares and their food and their clothing. You're hearing the cacophony of noise. The city, even though it is drenched, is as alive, twisting, writhing, screaming, yelling, talking, laughing, all of that as always. And we open up in the basement of Tartarus, in the unfinished room. The unfinished room is mostly a dirt floor with some columns, and we see an older gentleman laying on the ground next to a pile of his own vomit. Kind of wakes up, kind of rubs his eyes blearily, and looks around in this dark room that only has work lights and they're off. He's confused. He starts to kind of wander around and, hello? Hello? And he kind of like wanders around in the dark until he finally finds the door, kind of tries to open it, and realizes that it's locked. He starts tugging on it, a little bit more panicked and a little bit more panicked. It's like, hello? Hello, is anybody there? Hello, I think this has been a mistake or something. Like, sort of thing, as he's like pounding on the door. And we get the server room from the other side. Cash, you and your crew are hanging out in the server room, and you hear boom, boom, boom. Hello?
Oh, fuck. I will be right back.
Yeah, and all of them are like, probably Switch at this point is like, oh, you didn't kill whoever that was. And then goes back to work.
Who are you keeping in your basement?
I mean, you said I could have some space. I just took some liberties. I'm gonna go open the door.
Yeah, those permissions will be revoked very soon if I find out.
It wasn't me.
It wasn't her.
It wasn't me. So
it was a group effort.
I was just
it
was Tiffany.
I had nothing
it was
to
Tiffany
do with
and Doug.
Yeah, it was Tiffany, Doug.
Yeah,
Oh.
no.
Wait.
Yeah, Trinix had nothing to do with it. I mean, you were there though.
Yeah,
But yeah, so you get to the door and you punch probably in the keypad code.
Mm-hmm.
And you see you see the scientist who is dressed in his ridiculous disco suit. The coat is left somewhere on the floor in there. The pants have a little bit of vomit on them and a urine stain. And he's got those big fucking boots. He looks disheveled as fuck, and he looks and he goes, oh, Tiffany, thank God. It's wonderful to see you.
Hi.
Things must have gotten crazy last night. As he like kind of holds his head.
Yeah, probably a little. You know what? We have showers that you can visit, and I can get you something to eat. Do you want to walk with me, and I'll get you something to eat?
He's like, oh, absolutely. And as you're like walking down the hallway, you hear Serum doing range training, firing a shotgun in the fucking range, just boom, and he goes, ah, oh,
It's okay.
what's this?
It's okay. It's just practice. Don't worry. It's fine.
Practice for what?
Oh, wild animals, raccoons. We get a lot of raccoons, and we gotta get rid of the raccoon. So
He's like,
yeah.
oh, you could call the Holland Forestry Service. Boom! And he kind of jumps again. He goes, they're a lot better at handling wildlife. Do you have a bathroom?
I
And
have a
like,
bathroom.
yeah. And he just immediately ducks to his right, into the fucking med bay, and throws up in the nearest trash can. And then he kind of like looks around and goes, whoa, medical facility. That sounds. Am I still in the bar? Where am I?
You're in a special and unique place that we are not gonna worry about right now. Uh, yeah, let's get you handled. And I am going to use my internal agent, and I am going to group text. Oh God, Brian, what's your character's name again?
Connor.
Connor. I'm gonna group text Connor and Payne and be like, come get your problem. And I'm going to take
Nice.
him. Yeah.
I text back, what problem's that?
You get a response. I will cut you if you don't come get your doctor.
He's not my doctor.
Fuck!
I'll send
Someone
back.
come get this guy.
I'll send back. Where's Doug? Question mark.
Meanwhile,
Doug-
Serum, you probably hear another shotgun shell ring out. Boom! And then, like,
Doug-
probably you get a text and he goes, wait, we just left him in the basement? Oh, shit. And, like, you, like, hear, like, rustling from the fucking range. And then finally, like, he comes out the door and he goes, hey, Dr. Shit. And he, like, pauses for a second and clearly goes through his internal agent and goes, Dr. Nickel, pleasure. And he's like, oh, yes, Doug, it's good to see you. What's going on? And he goes, there's, a long story, but, we're just kind of, we're just kind of hanging out here. Let's get you, you probably are really tired. Let's get you in your own bed. And like,
Yeah,
at this
yeah.
point, he's trying to examine himself and he's seeing that he's like covered in dirt and
Yeah.
stuff. And like, he's looking around really confused. And like,
Yeah.
he's not a stupid man, you know, he's
No.
starting to put two and two together and be like, what is going on here?
Oh, well, that's a great question. And the answer is,
Private endeavors that the other owner of Tartarus is trying to work out. We're not entirely sure what we do here, because says Payne as he's catching up.
As he comes down the stairs, yeah, perfectly.
You were
Damn.
giving orders last session. Don't try and pull that bullshit on me.
I'm so
Go
glad
ahead.
you showed up.
Yeah, we'll get you home, man. You really had a lot to drink last night, and I don't want to say it, but you were kind of inappropriate with a couple of people, so we're gonna get you out here nice and quiet, okay?
Make me a fast talk persuade. Anyone can help. I love
Oh.
this idea. This is a
Oh, I
cool
want to
angle.
help. I want to fucking help.
Yeah, let me find it.
Yeah.
Where the
I like
heck
how we
is
have
it?
Sylvia de la Place in here.
Sylvia de la Plaire.
I don't even know why they were there, to be honest.
De la Plaire.
You probably had the window open and then it did the roll transfer thingy.
I don't have a fast
Yeah,
fast talk.
I'm looking.
If you
Perform.
don't
I have perform.
I'll take perform. Yeah, there you go. And yeah, he kind of looks around and then he like kind of looks a little bleary-eyed and then he kind of like his eyes sharpen and his face kind of reddens a little bit, and he says, "Oh, I am terribly sorry. Please, I
It's
haven't
okay.
drank." And he kind of, yeah, and you kind of stop him, and Serum probably looks and goes, "I can probably drive him home or to his stand or wherever
Yes,
he needs to go."
that would be best. Yes.
He kind of nods and he goes, "Here, let's go, Doc. I appreciate." He's like, "How do you know I'm a doctor?" And he's like, "You talk a lot when you're drunk." Like,
That's good. I'm gonna pat Serum on the back and go, "Safe travels, Doug."
he goes,
To
"Hey,
remind him he's Doug.
yeah," and he turns around and goes, "Of course, Tiffany, my love. I hope that soon we will be able to elope."
Oh yeah, and I'm gonna do that like weird kiss in the air where you're not kissing someone's face. It's just the,
La Bis, I believe is what it's
Yeah.
called. Yeah.
Bisou.
Huh?
Bisu.
Bisu. Yeah.
yeah, that's
Um,
what I do.
and yeah, you you do that. He plays along and like he doesn't have eyes. He has big ass sensors,
Mhm.
But one of the sensors where his right eye would be turns off, then back on again.
I fucking
And
love
then
it.
yeah, and then he kind of walks him through the garage and he's like, "Is that a rifle?" And he goes, "It's a side project of mine." Whatever. And then opens the door and foonk as like the garage door starts to open and he starts driving him off.
Yeah, that was a terrible idea.
Man, I forgot he was down there.
How did you forget a human was down here?
He's kind of
did-
forgettable. You really have to say.
You think that guy's gonna be okay? What if you know who
Connor
gets
was
to him?
trying to forget him. You just reminded him of him again.
Listen, you're bigger than me, so I was trying to get someone bigger than me to handle the situation.
Uh, yeah. So probably at about this point, Cash, you have you get a text. Now you hang around the bar a pretty decent amount, right?
hmm
So I would ask you, I'll let you decide on this. Lisa, who is the head cocktail waitress, like slash head hostess, she kind of runs the like what Boris doesn't do. Like she's like, "Oh, you need to call in and have someone fix it." Boris isn't going to deal with you calling in. I'll deal with you calling in. Like I'll find someone to cover the shift. Or like, like, "Oh, you had a really bad day on the floor and you're about to cry." It's not like that Russian son of a bitch is going to do anything about it. Like I'll be
Right.
the shoulder to cry on,
Yeah.
How well do you know her and or how well do you get along with her?
I feel like I know her pretty well, and I want to
Mhm.
say that we get along pretty good
Yeah.
because it just feels right. That just feels
Yeah,
right.
she like the read that you would get from her because Cash, you get pretty solid reads from people. Now to be fair, you've gotten some really weird reads on some bad people that
Right.
that you are much more positive towards them. But with Lisa, she seems like good people. Sometimes she's a
Mhm.
bit of sometimes she's a bit of an asshole, but mostly it's whenever she needs to get shit done.
Right. I mean,
She's very much like the get out of my fucking way. I've got to deal with this. If I'm gonna
Yeah.
like I've dealt with worse shit in the actual Big Apple. Fuck you. You know what I mean?
Right. And
Um,
maybe I would like know that already and just be
Yeah.
like, she's on a mission. You should just leave her be.
right.
Like, just-
So you get a text from Lisa, that's like, "Hey, if you got a minute, I was wondering if you wanted to talk upstairs. Wanted to run something by you."
yeah, I will text her back and be like, sure thing. I'll see you in just a few minutes. And
Yeah.
I want to poke my head into the server room and be like, you guys okay?
Yeah, everyone waves. Crumb Kenny is cooking some popcorn in the microwave and goes, "I'm so happy you bought this. You're the best
know.
boss I've ever had."
You're welcome. Don't get the kernels in the server. I will put you in the unfinished basement. Okay?
And yeah, and then Switch like looks at you and goes, "I got it," and then turns towards Kenny and pulls out a gun and just taps it on her head real quick and then puts it back in her pocket. And Kenny's like, "What the fuck?" Like, meanwhile, like Requiem just chuckles under his breath as he continues to work.
Hold on.
Oh.
Hold on. You buy a microwave and everybody's happy, but I can't make people happy with pizza parties?
No, because in this situation, they get to cook their own shit. I don't have to bring them anything.
Fine.
Plus, Crumb Kenny.
Frozen pizzas then. Why am I still getting pushback on this?
Yeah, right.
Fuck your
It's your
raises.
choice.
You're getting pizza.
The
Oh.
peasants enjoy dough, tomatoes, and cheese.
We are gonna fucking act our wage is what we're gonna do. So
That's good. No,
Oh, shit.
and in
You
fact,
don't
Crumb
already?
Kenny
That's fair.
specifically requested a microwave, so
Yeah,
she was
he
like,
did.
"Fuck it, I'll get a microwave mini fridge combo."
Okay,
Yeah,
then that's even better for me because I just intuited my people's needs.
True.
Kenny
Fact.
I
needed
don't
to
have
ask.
to do that. My people
Mhm.
just tell me what they need. So I mean,
I'm still
you know,
under contract, so hey, whatever.
Yeah.
it
Um,
helps to have good communication with your people, Lucky.
Man, I
Yeah.
wish people
Fridge
would
and
tell me
microwave
what they were
combo?
doing before they did it.
I hear fridge
You
and
weren't here
microwave
last
combo, and
session.
I see in my head a commercial that goes, "You're hot, then you're cold. You're yes, then you're no."
That's exactly it.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Oh,
You
no,
are
I-
100% right, and that's canon now.
I was filled in the gist of last session.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Um,
fine.
It wasn't enough just then.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't. Yeah. I'm gonna I'm gonna be like, it's fine, Kenny. Switch, don't shoot him unless you text me first and get approval. Get approval before you shoot him. Okay.
Which like looks at Kenny and slowly puts the gun away, and Kenny's just like, "Shit, I'm not gonna make a fucking mess. God damn it!" Like as he's like filling a bowl with popcorn, and popcorn is spilling onto the floor, and he's like, "I'll pick that up." Like, yeah.
Hey.
Obviously, Requiem is just vibing. He's just ignoring the shenanigans going on.
I love all of them. I
yeah.
love them.
They're a dysfunctional Netrunner family.
Yeah, it's my favorite.
Yeah, so you guys, so you head up and you see Lisa. You know, the bar never closes, right?
Mhm.
But, you know, it's like in the morning. You're not getting a huge amount of traffic. Obviously, it's always do, 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 do. You know
Right.
what I mean? But, you know, Lisa's sitting in the back. She's, you can tell she just worked a shift. You know, she's like done with it. And she kind of sees you and kind of waves at you. Has got 2 beers, one for her, one for you. You know,
Oh, she's a good girl. Thank you.
yeah. And you know, you approach and she's like, "Hey, how's it going, Cash? How you doing?"
So great. One of my employees might be a full-blown idiot, but he's like an idiot savant, so I can't fire him.
Yeah. You know,
know.
you know, Slab was kind of like that.
Oh yeah.
He was a good guy.
Yeah.
Whatever.
This guy seems fine. He's just a lot.
Yeah,
So.
which
But it's
actually, I don't know if anyone ever told you about Slab.
I don't know who
Slab was
Slab
the
is.
original doorman for this place. He got cut in half by Red Eye.
Oh fuck.
Yeah. Also, she and Slab were like really good friends. She's not like crying or anything, but she's definitely reminiscing about it. You know what I mean?
Oh man. Okay. Would Cash know about that? I mean, it
I don't
was
know.
never
Would she?
brought up.
That's a good question. Would anyone have like told her about that? Because like, what was it like? 40 some people died that night. You know?
No one's told me about that.
Yeah.
Maybe like on the news or like in some sort of
It
info
wasn't big enough
sphere.
for anything to.
Yeah.
We were very small at the time. It probably got picked up on some of the smaller news feeds.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like no
I
one
know.
would have.
Maybe you should ask your data mining AI about it.
Why are you so salty? God, you're so salty.
I've got to make up for last week.
All right.
Yeah.
Well,
Great. My
Um,
meeting's gonna suck.
fucking attack. Yeah, I feel like I wouldn't know who Slab is, and
Yeah.
I would want to ask, but recognizing she's in kind of a spot, maybe I won't drudge that up right now.
You know, the way I'd compare it is, I mean, I've been playing a lot of Cyberpunk. You know how like Judy talks about Evelyn after the fact, like after all the shit is over. It's
Mhm.
not necessarily, or like better, how Mama Wells talks about Jackie. right?
Yeah.
Like the kind of thing of like, I'm not grieving it actively anymore. You know what I mean? It's like there's a wistfulness, but it's not like she's like, I'm in emotional turmoil. It's more like, I still think about him. You know what I mean?
Right. Right.
But anyway, she's like, so listen, word's been getting around about you and Trixie,
Yeah.
kind of tying the knot and all that. Very
Yeah.
much congratulations. I'm sorry I haven't been able to come out of my way. I
That's
mean,
okay. Hey,
Boris has
it's
been working
okay.
me, Boris been working me triples. You know how it is. But
I
whatever
know.
the
I understand.
case, yeah,
Thank
she's
you.
like, nah, my pocketbook don't hate it.
I
Um,
mean, get your money, girl. Get your
mhm.
money.
Yeah, and she's probably like, she probably even is like, yeah, I even was able to put down for like a new apartment, so I'm pretty
I
excited about that.
love that
we-
for you.
yeah, she's like, I'm moving to, I'm moving. Well, I was in red light, but I mean, with some of the shit that's been going down in red light, and to be honest, I don't want to live at the club. Nothing against the club, just don't want to live at work. That just
That's fair.
feels, yeah. But no,
Yeah,
so
I have a really bad work-life balance personally, so I understand.
she's like, been there, girl.
Yeah.
No, but I'm moving into Centrum. But whatever. I'm not trying to talk about me. I'm trying to talk about
Okay.
you. So listen, I don't
Yeah.
know if you've got anybody to do this yet. And I know you don't know me super well. We've only known each other for a few months, but
Yeah.
uh these whole courthouse affairs always end up being bullshit. There's all this paperwork that's stupid.
Mhm.
See, back when I was working for the Vices full time, I picked up a few skills, especially with some more interesting applications than you typically would have for them. Long
Mhm.
story short, I am ordained and I do know how to cut through all that red tape and all that. If you need someone to, I don't know, officiate the wedding,
Yes.
I can make it short, sweet, and easy. You
Yes.
know,
Yes, 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 yes,
oh,
yes, please, yes.
yeah, she grins and she's like, awesome. The reason I got this is, well, aside from the weird marriage fetish shit that some people had, also
Right.
just because I want to help out the friends. And I've never actually had an opportunity to do that. So this will be good.
Oh, thank you. I'm very excited. Thank you so much. I'll tell Trixie. Oh, I'm so excited.
Yeah.
That's
And
great.
she's,
We are getting married at what are we getting married at? What's the club name?
the Zween's Palace or Shemaya's
Is
Palace.
Shemaya's. Oh, yeah. So we're getting married at Shemaya's palace. Is that going to be a problem?
Oh no, no.
Okay,
I left the Vices on good terms. That's
good.
the good thing about the Vices. They never get pissed at you if you gotta leave. It's really understood that you don't want to die a working girl, and if you do, well, that's great for you, but that's not the path everyone's taking.
Right, right. So they're pretty reasonable in most cases.
Well, I mean, yes and no. When it comes to the girls, yeah, they're pretty good. Usually medical care is good. They'll help you find a spot. They'll make sure you get steady, safe work, all of that good stuff.
Mhm.
I wouldn't cross them though. They
No,
will
no.
fuck you up. One time
Yeah.
I actually heard about the Zween one time. Z went out and somebody essentially assaulted one of the girls who worked at Shemaya's palace, and it was
Mhm.
bad enough that she ended up in the hospital. So the Zween went, visited her, talked to her, figured out the sitch,
Mhm.
gave her a 10,000 Eddie bonus, told her to take a month off and that she'd pay her regular for the month as well as the bonus. And
That's
then
awesome.
she found the guy, she cut his pecker off, and then
Yeah.
she sewed it into his mouth down his throat. He suffocated a couple minutes later. Or maybe he
I
bled
mean,
out.
honestly, that's fair. Like, I like her more now. So I'm not mad at it. Like, that was probably meant to be like a cautionary tale, but
Yeah,
realistically, I'm just like, my bitch,
yeah,
yeah.
right. But she's like, yeah, regardless of all that, yeah, just shoot me the deets about anything that you want in this. I'd love to sit down with you and Trix before the ceremony sometime, work things out
Mhm,
as to how you want the ceremony to go.
mhm.
DM speak. This is something that we don't have to do on camera.
Okay. Yeah, 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 for
you
sure,
know.
for sure.
And
Um,
she's like, but yeah, I'd love to help out. You seem like good people. Trixie is definitely good people. She and I kick it every once in a while at the bar anyway. I asked her first and she said to ask you, so it's
oh,
cool.
that's awesome. That's awesome. I really appreciate that. Do you, on top of your many, many skills, are
Hmm.
you also by chance a paralegal?
She's like, it depends on the context.
I need to draw up a will.
Yeah, honey, I can't help you with that. I'm sorry.
Okay,
I know a couple people who could help you. I could give you some deets.
that'd be great. Yeah, that'd
Yeah.
be super.
And she's got an internal agent, so she just flicks you the deets to a couple lawyers that are cheap. And again, something that doesn't need to happen on screen. Go ahead and send me
Mhm.
that will
I will.
whenever you get it written and all that.
Okay. Okay.
She's like, talking about a will. I mean, they say it's never too early, but
I know.
I don't
You
know.
know this
You
business.
she kind of nods and goes, "You don't have to tell me anymore. I get that.
Yeah.
Try to stay safe, I know
Oh,
that a lot of
yeah, for
people around the
sure.
club are particular cash fans. And I'm not just talking
Really?
about what's in the money.
Really? Well,
Oh
that's
yeah,
cool.
yeah.
Lies,
Kind of
lies.
like well, Payne's never said nothing but a good word about you,
Oh, yeah.
or at least a veneered bad word at the most,
Right, right.
and then
Payne is a good guy.
yeah. And, Connor seems to tolerate your presence more than he probably should based on his own background and what he typically deals with. And all the
Yeah,
new
that's
folks
fair.
likes you. Serum likes you too. Serum thinks you're funny as hell.
Oh, good. I'm glad. I like Serum a lot too. Girl, oh my God. So we accidentally kidnapped a guy, and then I said my name was Tiffany and his name was Doug, and we've been Tiffany and Doug for over 24 hours. Apparently, we're also dating, and I put my foot in my mouth so hard it was ridiculous.
Tiffany?
Yeah,
Wow.
I know. I know. It
What?
just
Because your personality sparkles like diamonds? Is that why?
it just happened. It was a very spur of the moment. That's a name, and that's
Wait, I
what
get it. I
happened.
get it. I get it. Tiffany, because you're a diamond, and Doug, because he dug you up. I like
Oh,
that. It's
that's
cute. It's kitschy.
it's great. Oh God. I never want to be Tiffany again. However, if you do see a doctor running around here, oh no, he's gone. Doug took him home. Never mind.
Hmm. Huh. And kind of goes like, well, hey, listen, I don't want to take up any more of your time. I gotta go and to sign some paperwork on the new place anyway. And she like
Okay.
finishes her fucking beer and kind of like clinks it on the table, winks at Pierre, who kind of gives her a small wave and goes, all right, well, hey, listen, you have a good one. Be safe. Shoot me some messages. We'll get the shit set. We'll get the shit figured out.
Okay, for sure.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Have a
Thank you
good
so
one,
much.
hon.
You
Um,
too.
yeah. And I think we'll cut from there where someone probably brings you a Bloody Mary. As they're like, yeah, she said that you probably wanted a Bloody Mary as well. Um,
Yeah.
you know, um,
Yeah.
and then we're gonna cut from there. We are gonna cut to Trinix. Now, Trinix, did you stay at the bar or did you go home?
I can't remember what day of the week it was last night.
It was a Taco Tuesday every Tuesday, but it was a Monday. It was a Monday.
No, because I have to go home and sleep, and then the next day go to work.
Yeah. I think that Rainier gave you today off, I
Okay,
believe. And if I didn't say that, I think that I will say that now. That Rainier gave you the day off, so you could like get shit done if you needed to.
okay. If he gave me the day off, then yes, I would stay here so that the next morning I can talk to Lucky.
Okay. Um. Yeah. Yeah.
What did you do? Is it expensive?
What did you do? Is it expensive? Um.
Maybe.
So it's August 13th, 2033. Yes,
Coming up on
August.
the Ides of August.
No,
huh?
wait, September. We had to change it. It's September. Yeah, it's September. Because when we were doing the math, Gunnar and Rowan, we accidentally just kind of skipped an entire month when we were counting the months up.
Eh,
So yeah, it's September 13th currently. I'm gonna fucking mark that down. I need to get a calendar module. Okay. So anyway, oh, I said that as. How did I say that as Rowan? What?
You have his character highlighted.
do you
I do.
remember?
That's right.
The
Okay, so
13th
yeah,
night of September. Actually, I understand why they didn't choose the 13th now.
yeah, right. Doesn't really work with the rhythm. Um, but no. So yeah, Trinix, you're in the med bay, and actually, you before you can do anything, you actually hear the door open to the med bay, and you see a familiar face you haven't seen in a while. You see Suzerain. She walks in and kind of looks at you and kind of, oh, hey,
Hi, how you doing today?
I'm good. What's what
That's
what
cool. Cool.
what brings you back? I mean, I haven't. Yeah, how have you been?
Ah, busy, I guess. That him? I've been working on taking care of him
Yeah,
and
and
pointing over to the dude in the I forgot his name, my brain.
Hacker Hank. Yeah,
Hacker Hank. Yeah.
yeah, and she's like, well, I was about to do the the standard sponge bath, brain scan, and then take any comers who come into the place. How have things at RT's been? It's been a minute since we talked. You doing all right?
Yeah, it, it's complicated. It's hard, but I'm learning a lot and getting options to help Hacker Hank. And I gotta talk to Lucky, like super bad, because I got a cool option. But I mean, I could help you until I
He's
don't know if
like,
she's awake yet
no,
or
no,
not.
it's fine. If you got to talk to Lucky, it's probably important. I got this taken care of. You handle your business.
All right, I'll after I get done talking to her, I'll come back and help you for the day. Yeah, cause I haven't done
Yeah,
that. We haven't worked together in a while. That'd be kind of fun for the day, you know?
yeah, and she kind of gives you a make me a human perception. Actually, this seems like a good opportunity for that. And an interesting opportunity for Trinix, who often does not care about human perception at all. Yeah, no, she gives you a smile, like she's a pretty calm smile. Seems like it's business as usual.
All right. I gotta go all the way upstairs.
Yeah, she's like,
It's the third
have fun
floor.
in the
Yeah,
meeting,
yeah.
and um and we'll actually get to that, Brian, now that you've reminded me. Thank you. Um
You're welcome.
but yeah. So you start heading up, and do you make any stops on the way to Lucky's office, or you just go straight up?
I'm gonna go straight up.
All right. Uh you knock, or do you just go straight in?
Oh no, this is like really important. She has to be in a good mood, so I'm gonna quietly knock. Just
Yeah,
wait.
you knock, and let's cut to Lucky for half a second. Lucky, you are looking at something on your desk that you're not quite sure what to make of it. There is a gift on your desk. Scav just handed it to you. It's white wrapping paper with a red bow, and he's like, I know it's cheesy and that sort of thing, but I mean, it's been like 6 months, maybe 7. We lost track of time, and I don't know. He kind of the whole talk of like weddings and stuff. I'm not trying to not that's not the thing that I'm trying to do, but I feel like I don't like. Can you just open it so I can stop talking?
She'll take it and open it.
Yeah. You open it, and inside is like the most preen pair of sunglasses you've ever seen, exactly in your style, and you can tell they're a little bit kitted out.
She looks at him and goes, okay, who'd you steal him from?
Goes, well, so I talked to Ingvar, but then talking to Ingvar is really hard because Ingvar doesn't really talk. So I asked him if he had a contact, and he said, yeah, in that like voice he's got. And then he like sent me a contact. And then from there, I went to a night market. I've had some stuff saved up since the last job. So I mean, just check out what they can do. And he
Hold
like,
on. So out of character. The last job he did was, well, okay, I
Yeah.
guess Red Eye.
yeah,
But honestly, the last job he was a part of was operator.
yeah. No, he what does he spend his money on? Nothing. He has no living costs. He buys the cheapest food, and sludge is one of the cheapest drugs in Amsterdam. Like that's he's got money set aside. He bought a bike with the operator money, and then he didn't really do anything with the money from the red eye stuff because he probably was in just as much shock as you were. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That period immediately after that was mostly him like trying to grieve with you. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like he wasn't focused on anything. But he kind of points at a button on the side and he's like, check it out. And he's like,
Yeah.
put him on.
She'll put him on and she'll press the button.
And pressing the button, you see that there are 3 modes. The first mode is night vision mode. The second mode is a variable zoom mode between 2 and 64. And then the third mode is the most interesting. It's a photon visor mode. Essentially, it's a reactive mode to stop flashbangs and other bright lights from blinding. And of course,
That's
they
really
function as
cool.
normal sunglasses.
With polarized lenses, he knows I
Yeah.
like those.
Of course, they are mirror shades, obviously. And he's like, well,
actually, no, she'd probably kiss him on the cheek
aw.
and just say, you make me, you remind me just how bad I am at relationships.
Like, hey, it's not like this is a competition. I'm doing this because I care about you. I mean, Lucky, we've been together for a while and we've been through a lot of shit. And I just want you to know that, like, I appreciate. Oh, and like, as that happens, you hear the knock.
She says, just kind of
Yeah.
sighs at Scav and, come in.
Yeah. And at this point, Trenix, you open the door, you see Scav and Lucky, and Scav is blushing a little bit, seems a little on the back foot, and he's like, oh, hey, what's up, dude? And like flops himself onto the couch.
Hey, I, I Lucky, we need to talk about something. I
I'm
was
not in
given
trouble,
an
am I?
option.
She says with a grin.
A what?
In my
Okay,
best Edie
yeah.
voice, I'm going to say, that was a joke. Come in.
Funny.
You know, I
I,
never see you anymore unless there's trouble, so I'm assuming there's trouble.
Well, okay. Well, you remember that time that dude threw the car at me? The oh, who was
Operator, yes.
the operator? Yeah, he was kind of weird.
Hmm.
And you remember that time? Yeah.
Vividly.
Okay. So, and I told you there was this dude that had a tinfoil hat or something, right?
The one that saved you both?
Yes.
What
So
about them?
we have to find that dude.
Why exactly?
Oh, right. The full synopsis. I'm sorry. So what's his name?
Rainier.
Rainier, the dude I've been hanging out for since bodyguard dude, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
He wants us to find him. He asked if we could find that dude. Just find where he's at, let him know. That's it. We don't have to do anything. We just have to let him know where it's at. And if we do this, then well, he said he would help with Hacker Hank.
Have
and
I
getting him
received the call
better.
from Kime Fetterman at this point?
You have not, and it's kind of weird that you haven't. Like, you would expect, like, hey, my long lost son has been traced back to this nightclub. I'm just not going to call that nightclub. As a fixer, your fixer senses are going off as there's something not quite right going on.
Yeah. She's probably gonna just... she pulls the ring off, she's inspecting it. It's kind of her thinking motion nowadays. Just... So the long-lost son of a mob boss who's working for Artis seems to be pulling triple duty.
Yeah. Are these? Yeah, that place. They're doing some fun stuff with brains. Just saying. Shh. I didn't say that.
You know, when you say fun, I usually think there's another F word involved.
I thought it was cool when I watched what they were doing as they explained it to me and stuff like that. I thought it was very next step with understanding the human brain and the synapses and everything that goes with it. And he kind of just rambles off and goes kind of crazy of excitement about it.
Well, my guess is that person is still in Canal Belt South. The Wren Sparrows do owe us a favor. Maybe I can pull some strings there. The question I have is... Trenix, do you think this is the only option?
It's a faster option. Otherwise, I'm going to have to learn everything that dude there, if he's still there. They seem to be kind of mad when they showed up. But I promised I wouldn't say anything, and now I'm saying stuff. So, anyways, nobody can hear us in here, so we're okay. Anyways, but it's, I don't know. I think it would be. There's always multiple options on doing multiple things, but it seems a faster route to get him back. He's been out for a while, and I don't know if Susan likes giving him a bath every day. She seemed chipper about it this morning. A few minutes ago, actually.
Yeah, so, with the intel I do have, what kind of state has Suzerain been in lately?
I mean, Suzerain's fine. She's chugging along. She's strong and she's able to help a lot of people here. But you do notice anytime the conversation starts to get around Trinix, I mean, she gets a little quiet. It's been like a month since like Trinix has really been a consistent fixture in the club, and she seems to be a little. Another thing is that Suzerain, it's not that anytime she's not constantly down. In fact, she's got some good stuff going on. She's got like a boyfriend. She's like doing a whole bunch of work with like a lot of people from Canal Belt South, like constant inflow. And like she does send numbers to you, Lucky, of like, here's the med supplies I used. Here's why I needed to use them. Here's the numbers I'm going to need replenished. Like she sends all that through you directly, specifically marked with like as detailed of a line by line she can give you. And you can tell that that's something she does because she does respect that you're letting her do this. So she wants to be as transparent.
So let's talk about that boyfriend then for a second. Is the boyfriend who I think it is?
Well, it depends on who you think it is.
I think
Tinfoil
that
Hat
to give up Tinfoil Hat Boy, we have to go through Suzerain.
Well, you haven't met the boyfriend.
God damn it, I hate it when I'm right. I've probably heard the boyfriend if the boyfriend's visited.
No, He's never
No,
visited.
never visited.
She's
Well, that's
yeah,
one smart thing.
yeah, she's mentioned him a total of twice, and it's mainly been in passing as like, oh yeah, like I've been seeing this guy. Like the first time was probably
Seeing
with
this guy.
you,
Yeah.
Cash, of like I've been seeing this guy, and he's like really sweet, but I don't really want to talk about it. Like I'm arm deep in someone providing open heart surgery. You know what I mean?
Right. That's not a time to cry.
No. And then probably the other time you've heard about it is maybe Lucky in passing you heard her probably take a call while she was like up in the bar itself grabbing a fucking like a soda or something and like oh shit my boyfriend's calling like sort of thing. Like you probably heard it in passing, and maybe Pierre and you shot each other a look of like young love, you know what I mean?
Yeah, no. I feel like Lucky still has more than enough information to put two and two together. Suzerain doesn't really have time for. Let's just say she doesn't have a whole lot of off time. So it makes sense that. Hmm. So, Lucky's gonna. He's thinking on this and says. About them. You sure this is something you want to do?
I don't know. But it's just an option. I figured it'd be a quick way to get Hacker Hank back.
Trinix,
I don't really know who the tinfoil hat dude was, but yeah, he saved us. I mean, that was cool.
don't feel like you owe him at all, she says with a small smile.
Well, I don't know why he wants him. I don't know what type of person he is. Maybe if I got to know
Trinix,
him, maybe?
you're
I
working
don't
for
know.
Artis, and you're just as smart as I think you are, if not more. You tell me
Yeah.
what's going to happen when they grab him.
Yeah.
You sure you want to do this?
Not 100% now.
Because I can tell you who to go to find him right now.
I'm not gonna like who it is, am I?
How's Suzerain doing? Seems like you haven't been around much, and she's been shouldering a lot of that responsibility by herself.
Yeah, I told her this morning when I saw her because I stayed here tonight so I can talk to you this morning. Um, and er, as I was leaving, she was down there getting ready to start the day, and she seemed happy, I guess. And I told her I was gonna help her for the rest of the day. It'd be kind of cool. Just try to lighten the load a little bit for the day.
So, after
Sorry, can I?
disappearing for a month straight, you're gonna come back and pretend everything is fine?
Yeah. I
What's
was working.
what is Trinix's like reaction to the things that Lucky is saying? Trinix is smart. Trinix knows what the implication is here.
And also I would say that Scav is probably sitting back there and he's just very just like I'm gonna keep my mouth shut because like some truth bombs are being dropped and I don't have the authority to be dropping these truth bombs, but like I kind of agree with Lucky. Like he's kind of sitting back there. He nods once, catches himself nodding, and then very much focuses on his agent. Like
Well, I mean, I gotta take the first step and try to repair the. We worked a long time together, and yeah, but I gotta take the first step in trying to repair the relationship, I guess. We worked together for a while.
Well,
Maybe it'll be one day, and then see how that goes from there.
a bad answer, honestly.
so to pivot back to something real fast. You decided you needed to talk to me about this. You and I both know that whatever you do in Artis, I have no control over. So why decide to bring me into the loop here?
Because that's what he said to do, is to get you guys in to help find him. And then once we found him, he would help get the resources to get Hacker Hank back up. So you're in charge, so using you guys as a resource to find him.
And do you think that
Which
Rainier is capable of finding those resources?
I mean, he's a big influence up there. Everybody's scared of him, but
I don't
they
need
kind of
context, I need your opinion. Do you think he can do it or not?
85% sure he can.
Alright. And what's the probability, then, she says, that once they use you to find him, that you do get the resources you need? Where's your end of the bargain? Where's your safety net?
Okay, I haven't planned that part out yet. Um, yeah. So maybe I've been learning a lot of stuff up there. So and not telling people what they do up there. All of the whole time I've been up there for the month and a half, 2 months, 2.5, 3, whatever, however long it's been. And um, so I know a lot about what they do and haven't told anybody. So maybe I don't know. Yeah.
I'm going to keep thinking on this. I have some calls to make. But while I'm doing that, you should probably talk to Suzerain about what you plan to do with her boyfriend.
What? Oh. 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 Oh no. Okay.
In some ways, Lucky is trying hard not to smile because, for once, Trinix is not so unflappable.
hmm Yeah, I think that Scav actually hearing that, he pauses and looks up with like wide eyes looking at Lucky like, wait, what? Like he wasn't putting it together, partially because he wasn't trying to focus on that. And the other
Right?
part is, well, he didn't really have a lot of experience with any of this situation.
Mm-hmm. Earth to Trinix, are you there?
Sorry. Wow. Yeah, that's not gonna happen then, because I think the way I reacted that day with the cars and stuff.
Oh, frankly, it terrified her, just like it terrified everyone else.
Yeah.
You can probably still convince her that it was some sort of disassociation as a safety net of some sort. But let's be honest, Trinix, after that, you just up and disappeared. I hope you don't think the world stood still while you were off playing Secret Agent.
No, I realized that. Um,
I'm sorry this is
yeah,
coming from me.
I got a lot of bridges to fix. Yeah.
So that being said, I am going to make some calls. Going to see if maybe we have a door number 3. There's no
Yeah.
guarantee there. It starts with chimphetamine.
Yeah, okay.
What I need you to do is to figure out just. I need you to decide where your loyalties lie. Do they lie to Rainier and Artis? Or some people you haven't talked to in over a month?
It's always been here. That was just research to get him back up.
Of course, but I think you're learning the hard reality of being an edge runner here at the moment. What are you willing to sacrifice to go to that edge?
Yeah, because they're not going to be happy if I say no. And
Probably
I'm going to
not.
have to say no. Okay.
Like I said, I'm going to do a little bit of digging. Gonna see if there's a door number 3. If there isn't, how much longer do you think Hank can stay like that? I'm sure
I
Lucky
don't know.
has Suzerain's estimates. She's probably
Yeah.
asked.
And I'll tell you, suzerain's estimates are reasonably indefinitely, but it's not much of a life.
Right. The reason she's asking that is basically giving you the option of, hey, you can always continue to try and get these resources yourself.
I mean, he shows signs of life every now and then. At least, see, for the last month, I don't have a clue what's going on. He could have done more. So that would up the likelihoods of
Well, Lucky
more
would know.
progress.
Yeah, and Lucky, what you would know is Hank has been a certified pickle, quite a cucumber sitting in his own brine. Nothing really going on. He sits there on a shelf in the basement like a pickle does.
Mm-hmm. There has been no
Or
further
a sticky
physical
kumquat.
activity.
I'm gonna end you, Computer King.
That being said, I think you need to have a conversation with Suzerain. Like I said, let me do some digging, and when all of our options are on the table, at the end of the day, this will be a decision between you and I suppose, if you want to, me.
Yeah.
I'm not afraid of trying to shield you from that. I know how hard it is to make difficult decisions. And I can shield you from that as best I can.
But we all have to eventually learn and grow up. Some of us a harder way, and some
Trenix, how
don't.
old are you?
But 17.
No 17-year-old should have to grow up, even in New Amsterdam.
I yeah. But being here in this type of work, dealing with the things I've seen, even over the last couple of years, I've seen more than most, 15, 16, 17-year-olds.
You have, and I'm not going to lie to you. There have been several moments where I've stopped and looked and wondered if it was exactly the right thing to do on my part to let you do any of this.
I think it may be a better doctor at least.
Sure. But do you feel like a better friend? A better person?
Uh, Not real. I've been a horrible friend. Yeah. Okay.
I think I've got some calls to make. We'll
Okay.
work this out.
Okay.
He sounds like a little chastised teen.
Yeah.
It's so sad.
My baby. I'm so
Okay.
sad. My
But-
little psychopath.
But
It's
he is a
catching
little
up with
chastised
him.
teen.
Yeah,
He
he's like,
is.
okay.
Yeah. Oh man. And I think probably right as you say that, you hear Scav's alarm, the beep 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 go off, and he kind of fumbles it off and kind of shoots you, that look, Lucky.
Mm-hmm. Yep. She ignores it for the moment, but she
Yeah.
goes, all right, I have to get back to work.
Okay.
Are you going to be
Yeah.
around the rest of today?
Yes, I'm gonna be down in the med bay working with Caesar and trying to repair the friendship I destroyed.
You didn't destroy it, Trinix. You've merely been absent from it. Remember, those are two very different things.
Yes, ma'am.
Go on. We'll talk later today.
Okay. And then he kind of gets up slowly and walks out the door and shuts it and then goes back to the lab. Well, he kind of goes to the med lab and stands outside of it for a few minutes, collects
Meanwhile-
himself a little bit,
Yeah.
and
As you
then
leave-
goes in.
By the way,
Mm-hmm.
Scav sees Lucky put her head in her hands and just kind of, I'm so bad at this.
Are you kidding me? That's like probably the best advice you could have given anyone. As he's like reaching in his pocket and like pulls out an air hypo and kind of sets it on the desk, and he's like, "You're doing fucking great. Genuinely. Like that was awesome. Like A+. Like I'm not just trying to gas you up. Like my parents weren't like that."
Right. But that being said,
Yeah.
you can go
And
back to
we're
Trinix.
gonna cut back to Trinix. Sorry about that. But yeah,
But
you're outside the bed bay.
And I try to collect myself and be not emotionally damaged like I am at the moment.
Yeah,
But,
yeah.
just kind of
Yeah,
like,
absolutely.
okay, we got this. It's gonna be a good day with a friend, right?
Yeah.
And then walk in and be like, all right, what are the plans for today, Susan?
And you see that Suzerain, for her part, you like walk in and she like immediately like moves really quickly and just kind of like grabs something, like wipes her face real quick, and it's like, "Oh, hey, yeah, at like here in an hour we've got a couple people coming in from CBS, kind of the northern part. They've been in, and she's like trying to collect herself. Obviously, she's got like red cheeks and like, she's like fixing her hair and shit.
Well, I'm gonna be here all day, helping you to make everything run smoother and make it a little bit easier on you today, okay?
Yeah, and she kind of nods. She's like, "Yeah, I appreciate that. Yeah," and kind of clears her hair and kind of like um walks over to the sink and like washes her hands and does a quick face wash as well. Very much like, I'm scrubbing up. I'm not scrubbing up. You know what I mean? And yeah, she kind of sits down, and she's actually, she sits down at the table where the gene sequencer was. You guys might remember the gene sequencer got completely destroyed in the operator situation. But yeah, she's kind of sitting at that table, and she's got like reams of like paperwork and a bunch of data slates, data slabs kind of sitting around, like iPads essentially, tablets, agent pluses, if you will, just kind of all over the table. And she's got her stuff. And you've worked with Suzerain long enough. You can tell this is her organization method. She's very methodical. She's very like, get from point A to point B to point B to point C. And she kind of has that. And she's sorting through it. and maybe there's like an awkward silence for a little bit. She kind of goes, so, what's it like in Artis? Like working there and stuff.
Honestly, it's pretty scary because their security is so much and every little thing is kind of scrutinized, but the information is off just above and beyond of it was great knowledge experience learning different things
Right.
of what they do. Like they've done some research in different things, you know. It just was interesting learning that stuff.
Yeah. And she's like, ah, well, that's cool. Nova, neat. Yeah, things have been, chugging along out here, doing a lot of good, helping a lot of folks. Actually, you'd be surprised that the Smiths came in. Their kid, their kid found some UXO out in Canal Belt South, and actually through here we were able to get him a cyber leg to take care of the issue. Easy one, short one, but mostly prosthetic. But that was good.
That's cool. So, how could we lighten the load today? What would you like me to work on?
Yeah, and probably she kind of starts to break out tasks, and she's like, "Well, first things first. Need you to take a look at this." And she actually hands you Hank's chart. She goes, "So I've been keeping this kind of low key because I don't really think. I mean, it's too early to say if anything's actually happening, and I don't want to worry anybody. But well." And she kind of like points at the chart, and go ahead and give me one of your medical rolls, but with a +10, because you've been working specifically with brain science, and the comas that brains go through.
Brains.
Yes. In fact, he is a zombie for Artis.
Can't find it. Where'd it go? Med something. There it is.
Nice. So that would be +20 because it's still not rolling your intelligence, even though I've tried to fix that a couple
Yeah.
times now. I'm not sure what's going on with it. At some point I need to share it with probably like Brian or something and be like, "Hey, can you
Yeah, I
look
could
at
look at it
this?"
too.
Oh yeah, or Daniel, yeah. I just automatically go to Brian for Foundry stuff because Brian, you have worked literal miracles in Gloomfall. Uh, but no, you look at the chart and it's really easy to tell what's strange about it. You can't tell why right off the bat, but you can tell what's strange. It's almost like there's a rhythm of brain activity. It's not quite like it's still alpha coma. Like it would easily qualify 95% of the time. Hell, 99% of the time. Hank is zero higher brain activity. It's all baseline. I breathe. My body does its basic metabolic processing, like that sort of thing. But it's almost like a rhythm. About twice a day, there's like a few bursts of varying length of activity. And with that level of tech, you can tell that like this is like Morse code.
Excuse
So,
me?
okay.
I knew that. Did that to me too. Plug into him. Hey, that's how I got caught up in it. Fucking plug into him, homie. Let's go.
No.
Or call a bitch to plug into him after I finish writing my will.
Amy's
Yeah.
just trying to kill off her own character.
No.
I mean,
No.
you got lucky with one P2P.
Um,
There's no sin
and
here to
reading
stop you either.
And actually, it's funny that you mentioned the phrase P2P because guess what 3 digits are this Morse code?
Fucking hell.
I don't think my character would know Morse code.
All a bitch.
Yeah, I mean, you can
So-
tell. I think that at the very least, you can tell that this is Morse code just by looking at the pattern, the way that your brain is looking at it. Maybe you have a way to visualize it almost like an EKG. You know what I mean? As opposed to just the digits that are on the page making like a spreadsheet. You can at least tell that it's consistent links, 1 second or a half second, and that they have equal spacing between them. And this would require, by the way, to like activate one's brain in a consistent way like that to fire on the same rough frequency bracket in that precise of a way. Like you have never seen anything like this. This is bizarre.
Yeah. So you told nobody, right, Caesar?
Yeah,
At all?
and she looks up at the camera
Now shoot her.
in the room, and then she looks back at you and goes, "The only reason I'm saying it out loud right now is because I think you might be able to make sense out of it." And kind of says a little bit louder, "The only reason I didn't tell Lucky is because I didn't want her to worry about something I didn't know how to fix."
Yeah, I don't. So the tech Cash, she probably knows how to read Morse code. So if we just show her the bumpity bump bumps and whatever, not
She's
where it
like,
came from, maybe?
she's like, Morse code? And she
Yeah.
like quickly snatches it out of your hand and looks at it, and then like kind of scrolls, and she's like, "Wait, are you what? Hold on." And like she grabs like she probably opens up a little drawing thing on the tablet and like draws essentially what the spikes and the valleys would be. She's like, "Yeah, a higher bracket would be what, dot, and lower bracket dash, or is it the other?" Well, I mean, we could just run this through a dev translator if we just found out were dashes and dots and dashes. And she kind of like works through it, and she goes, "Well,
Okay.
okay."
So if so put it one way, where the ups are the dots and the downs are the
Mm,
dashes, and put that in and see what comes out. If it doesn't make any sense, then we know we reverse it, Make
yeah.
the ups the dashes and the downs the dots. And then
And
yeah,
she's
we'll
like,
figure it out.
way ahead of you. And like, she's already got a completely separate tablet, like a clean one, like one that's not gonna, be traced or anything. One that like deletes all the data that goes on it instead of these medical ones, which she set up to save everything. Um, and she does it, and she's like, "Well, gotta be the other way around. Let me just flip that." And then the translation pops up, and you both see it, and it says P2P. And she looks at you, and she looks back at this, looks back at you, and she's like, "Where the fuck have you been? Jesus." And like kind of looks at the thing, and then looks at Hank, and then looks at you and goes, "How is this even? Should we call? I, huh? You know
Well,
what I mean?"
we know that she did it once. We know that was a very dangerous going into it
Oh,
blind.
oh, no,
And if
no,
we could
no, 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 no,
prepare,
no. Cash is getting married. Do you want someone getting married to do a P2P? You can
oh,
talk to Trixie about it if you want. I'm sure that Trixie would leave you tasting boot leather.
I probably deserve that one. The way I've treated people lately, anyways. But
And
Aww.
yeah, and she kind of pauses and looks at you and goes, "Well, shit, maybe, but I hope you don't. I hope you don't think that like that's like I hope you don't think that I'd like feel that way. Like, I'm not.
No, everybody else, but not me.
Yeah, yeah." She's like,
I mean, honestly, I think you would be the most mad at me. To be honest, to be
Hey, that's a
completely
good way of
honest,
doing it.
I think you would be the most angry with me. The day with the operator in that parking lot and that dude getting or got turned to mist in the
And
car and yeah, all that. And
and
I just
sh-
found out that my brother used to work here. So I wasn't processing things correctly. So I'm sorry.
and she kind of pauses and takes a deep breath. She goes, Trinix, I mean, we've worked together for, I mean, like years. And like you're genuinely like family. Like I'm not, was it fucked up and kind of shitty? Yeah, but how the fuck would I expect anyone to act when a literal a literal supervillain is throwing cars through the air with their mind? I'm not, the thing I'm upset about is you just kind of went off for a month and you didn't even like call anyone or like, and like we knew where you were and like you knew where we were. And I mean, I'm not mad. It's just, it kind of felt like you just kind of forgot about us and like forgot about me, forgot about, your friends here. Like we talk about you daily, and not hearing anything back. I mean, like you're one of my best fucking friends. Like I wouldn't trust anyone to do like a triple bypass with, or to replace someone's leg with, to console someone with PTSD, weirdly enough, with your strange bedside manner. Like I'm not like yeah, first of all, I would trust you for most everything, you know? And I don't know. I missed you, and it felt like there was no need for me to have to miss you, you know?
Yeah, but I was I was a horrible friend and colleague and family member to you. I was bad. I got distracted with knowledge, and I was it was real bad. I shouldn't have done it. Yeah, I should have reached out more. But it kind of came to a shock. I'm not making excuses or nothing. It's just that when they showed up and they're like, "Oh, you have no longer have any access." So I'm like, "Okay, well, if I can get everything worked out, then I can come back and we can hang out every day and whatnot." And
Yeah,
I mean,
and
you didn't even tell me you had a boyfriend or anything like that. So I just
Oh.
and
we've been
she kind of steps back, right? And kind of gets this like jokingly offended look and goes, "Oh, oh, all right. Of course," and she's like, Mr. Secret Agent cares about me and my little boyfriend and our little domestic adventure. And kind of like grins and goes, "Yeah, I've got a boyfriend. His name's Chase. You've met him once. He's really cool. He's a good guy, and he's from Canal Belt South. I shouldn't really tell you a lot about what's going on, but he's good for me. He's good for me, and he cares. He's a sweet guy. A little mysterious at times, but he's a sweet guy."
yeah. It's as long as you're happy. That's the whole point. Is if you're happy with them, that's perfect, right? That's cool. You guys hang out, you talk, you do whatever. Boyfriend. I don't have a clue. I've never had a girlfriend. So whatever you guys do. So
And
uh,
she gives you a hug, and then she's like, "Listen, I first of all, thanks for being cool about that. I've had friends who were uh a lot weirder about shit like this. Um, and just, some people get expectations about shit, but whatever. The other thing is like, maybe when when Biz isn't so much biz and it's more just shits like normal around here. Fucking Ballet quits being a fucking bitch and she's trying to find out everything about this mystery man and all that shit. Maybe when all that's done, maybe we can go and all three of us, get dinner or something sometime, or like go hang out. I just I just wish that shit could be normal for once. It's like there's always so much happening, and I don't know. It's you know, I can barely go into Canal Belt South, and he can't even leave Canal Belt South. So, that's hard, you know.
Yeah, dude, dinner the dinner sounds awesome.
Yeah.
First of all, and uh, you said I met him once. That's kind of weird. I don't meet many
Yeah.
people, so
She's like,
whatever.
yeah, he was in Canal Belt South. You might remember it. And kind of, and she is terrible at hiding this. She very much is like looking like she's kind of doing that thing where she might even kind of be clearly signposting like, "Hey, I'm not mad, but maybe we leave this one alone." Like, you know what I mean?
Anyway, so the message from Hank, he kind of like super changes the subject
Yeah.
back to work. Just
Oh,
kind of like,
absolutely.
oh, so do you realize? You're a super genius. So I'm asking you if you realize the amount of brain power to produce that is astronomically
Yeah.
high.
Yeah,
It's just the
I think if we call Cash and Lucky, which we should at least call Lucky, this is her bar and her friend. But we should probably have them scan all of our equipment to make sure no one's fucking with us, because I'm pretty sure this is impossible. But then again, my view of impossible has changed so radically over the last 7 months.
yeah. I mean, total. Let's we got what 20 more minutes before that appointment shows up. So
Yeah.
let's say, well, he pulls out his phone and he's like, I'll send a message to both of them saying whenever they have a chance to come check all that stuff out for us, okay? And
Yeah, she
then
kind of
we'll
nods.
work and get that meeting thing or thing that's coming up in about 20 minutes, right?
Yeah. And she nods and kind of smiles and goes, probably says, yeah, thanks. And for what it's worth, I'm glad you're here.
Yeah. I think uh, it, half my brain is thinking I've learned enough and time to mend friendships and stuff. So
Yeah. She kind of goes,
he's kind of talking to her at the same time while
yeah,
on his phone texting Cash and Lucky,
oh yeah.
Hacker Hank, need to check these machines out to make sure this is an anomaly
Mhm.
and we have things.
Yeah. And I think as you're doing that, we're actually going to cut over to Omen. Omen,
Yeah.
you and Jeffy are walking to you've just gotten out of the car, substantially less nice car than you were having when you were with the label, right?
Of course,
He's
of course.
like, he's like, so this listen, going independent, that's one thing, but like this whole like, are you serious about joining these Dread Pirate guys? Like that's big. Like you're joining a gang. Like that's I can't really protect you if you do that. Like I can PR protect you, but especially without the label, I can't get the cops off your back. Like I can't get White Wolf off your back.
They're not going to come after me if I've done nothing illegal. I mean,
Yeah, you tell every single gangbanger who's just locking down their block that.
it just sounds like it'll be a fun break from the monotonous path I've been on since, well, my life began.
Is your
It
name
kind of,
actually Yorinobu Arasaka?
yeah, right. He probably like rolls his eyes
The
and goes,
Emperor.
yeah. He rolls his eyes and he goes, man, leave it to a rock star to think joining a gang is a fun distraction. And you guys pull up and like, probably it's a cab driver. He's like, it's here. Give me my, or he's like, it's here. Give me my fucking eds. And he's like, fuck you. Here's your eds. Why you gotta say, give me my fucking eds? You know what? Actually, you know what? This is the fucking problem with this city. Like, like as you're probably getting out of the car. And he's like, I'll fucking tell you off later. What's your fucking cab number? He's like, get the fuck out of my cab. All right, fine, whatever. Fuck you. And like gets out. Fucking cab
love it.
speeds off with the bird flipping at him and honking the horn. He's like, God, this fucking rainy shithole is full of shits that float to the top. Why can't all of them sink? Kind of as you're walking up to good old days.
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
I was like, oh yeah, because that's where we were going. Yeah.
Yeah. And you walk up to Good Old Days, and Good Old Days is like a carnival on the front, right? The front has a bunch of spinning pinwheel sort of things, and it's got a big TV that just has a mouth, just the view of the mouth, and like this Technicolor kind of warping thing that just says, Good Old Days, Good Old Days, Good Old Days. Like, over and over again, and like you hear a little bit of music playing in the background, and like and fucking ends up like you got like bright green as like kind of the building, like green neon as the building aesthetic. There's clouds and all these weird trippy like paisley shapes and things like that like over the front of it. And the front is made up of all these TVs, these small little like actual CRT monitors, right? So like these had to
God.
be made special, and all of them have this mouth as well going, good old days, good old days. You know what I mean?
One of the smaller
Um,
CRTV monitors is currently being stolen by a small robot tuk-tuk.
Oh, it is not, because that tuk-tuk would be blown to bits, because you actually see two Cartech officers, or two Cartech agents, or not agents. What would you call a private security?
Mercenaries.
Eh,
Officer?
I guess officer. Yeah. Cartech, to remind those at the table, are the cream of the crop of private security. If you can afford them, you buy them. If you can't afford them, you hope you don't get shot by them while you're trying to steal money to afford them. But yeah, two of them, they're dressed in green suits that have like pinstripes, very clearly are up armored for like security purposes, and they're not hiding the fact that they got lead spitters. They're not hiding the fact that they've got augmentations. They're very clearly like, no, we're muscling. You're not going to cause problems here because this is a drug bar. You know what I mean? And like you approach, and immediately one of them IDs, kind of says, excellent, hands out a chip, and Jeffy takes the chip and slots it and goes, good, all right, well, Omen, I need to talk to the manager. You do your thing. And he opens the door, and we see a figure. Go ahead and describe Narco for me, Rowan.
Oh boy, I'm kind of in that kind of zone, if you know what I mean, which is also why I can only focus on one thing right now. So yeah, this will be perfect.
Yeah.
Narco walks in and is wearing, it looks blue on first blush. He's completely shirtless, but wearing a jacket, this long flowing thing. And depending on the angle, it's pearlescent, and it's just glimmering colors, and it reflects the light. You think it might actually be silver or something similar underneath all that. And these long black, what are they called? Harem pants? Really loose, really wide.
Like
But-
Jinko
but-
jeans?
No, they're made out of a thinner material.
Parachute
Yeah.
pants?
More like satin parachute pants, I guess you could
Yeah,
say.
there we go.
And just walks in. Hair is a shaved down mohawk, but the sides kind of have these patterns to them, almost like tribal tattoos. But the most immediate thing is that on his right hand, the fingers are replaced with, you can see tubes leading out from the wrist up into the hand. And his fingers are long syringes. And he just
Yeah.
walks in. And do I see Omen right there?
You see Omen and his manager, Jeffy. You would know both of them. You haven't met either. Seeing how this club was a recent acquisition, you guys actually acquired the club when he was already slated to perform. You guys haven't met yet, but the deal obviously still stands contractually. And
Mm-hmm.
yeah, how do you introduce yourself?
Omen, baby, come here.
And Jeffy immediately screens in front of you, Omen, and goes, "Hi, Jeffy
Money's
Hedrick."
talking, get out of the way.
Hey,
I
and
think
he
both our hands pushed Jeffy aside.
and he looks and he goes, "Money's talking, eh? Well, that's great because I'm Omen's manager, and you can fuck right off if you're gonna talk to me about this. Let me guess, you're king shit of fuck mountain here?"
I am. Recent acquire for Twilight. So I guess in a way it's my bar, tapping one of these syringe needles against his chin.
He goes, "Great. Do you write the paperwork for who does time slots, or do I get to talk to someone who's not gonna be a dick to me?"
Listen, I know that he's independent, and I know that you, as his manager, like money. And this is about a lot of money. Twilight money. And also, I just can't say no to talking to such a handsome face, trying to reach out and scrape one of those syringe needles under Omen's chin.
Owen rolls with that. Puts his chin into it almost. He's like, "Oh,
Yeah.
Jeffy, this place is so much more interesting than I expected."
Yeah, and Jeffy goes, "Listen, man, I'm not trying to step on your game or whatever you're playing. I just need to talk to who fills seats in this place. I need to talk about how many asses are going to be here and how much we charge."
Jesus Christ. Reaches into his fucking jacket and probably pulls out like a sample of the contract that he's been given.
Yeah.
And being
He's
like,
just asking to talk to your day-to-day manager. He's not even asking. What he's trying to do is he's trying to be like, "Listen, I don't want to deal
Oh,
with the
yeah.
bullshit. You seem
oh
eccentric.
yeah,
Just point me to the
that's
guy who's going to be productive."
He still hands it to him. It's like, light reading on the way there. Go here, turn left, or go up the stairs, turn left. You'll know you're there when you quit seeing the TVs.
Kind of nods and goes, "All right, appreciate it. Omen, be good." And then
Never.
he'll walk to he'll walk there, leaving just you two.
I wish.
That's a
I'm
lie,
like,
by the way. We have like 5 minutes. I don't
5
know
minutes
who
though.
actually runs this place.
Oh, oh. Well, if you want to experience actually meeting Jesus Christ, I do have a quite drug that can give us some 5 minutes of good times.
And he just goes, and like you see, the syringes on each of his fingers are filled with a different brightly colored fluid. And E-Tilt's the one from Japan, right?
Etilt from Japan? Yes.
Yeah.
I believe so.
Oh, my darling honey. You're speaking to someone who is the one that westernized E-Tilt and brought it into the city.
Oh, magnificent. Is that what those beautiful little fingers you have there are for?
Each one is a different gateway to a different heaven. I think none of them are tested. They're new. The pinky, though, oh, that's just some liquidized cyanide.
Remind me to only play with the other 4 fingers.
Don't worry, I'm very good with them.
So if you don't own this place, then who are you exactly?
Oh, I did acquire this place, and Twilight does own it. I just don't know who runs the place. They didn't tell me to learn things like that. I bought it for them. Isn't that enough? But that's only partially why I'm here. I've got 2 things for you, darling, and then we can hopefully skedaddle and do something much more fun. 1, under official capacity as Twilight's agent in this case, I am bringing with you a contract. Don't take it. It's bullshit. And I can't have Twilight having you because then Twilight's going to win. And if Twilight wins and Skintle's out, they don't need someone like me.
Okay, and the second thing?
I hear that you're the newest cabin boy for the Dread Pirates, and I want to talk to the head bitch in charge. I have a job for them. Something for the nicest edge runners in this whole stinking shithole.
Of course, I could probably get you in to see her, but you call her a bitch to her face or even anywhere.
Oh,
Anywhere.
I say it with love, darling.
I don't think she knows what that is. You may end up with a bullet in your head.
If I had an Eddie for every girl that's tried to shoot me. Really, I was an edge runner for a while. Got really complicated.
Tell me about that. I ended up with metal in my veins.
Hot.
Only for the first bit, and then everything went numb.
But it was a good couple moments. You get me in, and I'll make sure that this contract fails.
Well, I don't think it's one that we would sign anyways, but
Oh, the money's good. The money will be great, but they will destroy everything about you and your image and your music and make it their own. They're going to slap you on a lunchbox and sell you to middle class America.
well, seeing as I just broke free from the chains that bound me to the corporations that be, I don't think I'll be signing any contract to be back in those chains anytime soon.
Unless Jeffy just really, really likes the big, big number on there.
Oh, you underestimate my friend Jeffy. He always has what's best in his heart for me.
Jeffy's not fit, is he?
Jeffy? No, Jeffy is a short, bald man
Yeah.
who is a little rotund
Yeah,
and
so-
is the read you immediately get from him is "fuck you, I'm about biz right now. I don't give a shit about your act."
Honey,
He's the
only
kind of
thing-
person who doesn't play with the scene.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Honey, the only thing in that man's heart is bacon grease and plaque.
Jesus! Omen is visceral. He is incisive.
Narco?
You mean Narco?
Narco. Yeah, Narco is incisive.
Narco's got enough money, you can say whatever the fuck he wants.
I think
That's true.
actually at that comment, Omen's eyes get a little sharp, and he's just like, "Careful what you say about one of my closest friends. I would have to defend his honor."
Oh, I take it back. We'll just say I'm playing bratty right now.
I do like a brat from time to time.
Excellent. No, you want to go? Do you want to get out of this place? That if I have to hear them say that this is indeed good times one more time, I'm probably going to shoot up the place, and
How
not
long
in the
do I
fun
have?
way.
Um,
We got a couple minutes to.
Oh no, man!
Yeah.
Until the performance.
Oh,
the performance is gonna be like a couple nights from now.
Oh, okay.
We'll
We're just-
say the performance is the 15th.
I thought it was like
Um,
today. I was like, oh.
Yeah. No, and just to describe the club, by the way, because Omen, this definitely does seem probably like your scene a little bit. First of all, every table, like as if it were table salt, every table just has synth cocaine at it. Like it's
Ah.
just like a casual, like, yeah, that's there.
Yes.
The bar looks more like a mixture of a bar and a pharmacy, very intentionally playing off that pharmacy aesthetic of like white cabinets with clear glass like over each of the things, but with a little more chic to it. But it still has kind of this rustic vibe to it that feels very like they know what they're doing. They're trying to be like, come to the pharmacy, you know. The floor is a miasma of dancing lights, and the music that they're playing right now, for those of you who are electronic music nerds out there, you're going to love the fact that IDM is being mentioned outside of a context in which people typically would ever even think about. Well, no one thinks about IDM. That's just what it is. But IDM is playing right now.
I think about IDM.
That's fair. Hey, I like IDM. It's just, the second you say what IDM stands for, which is intellectual dance music, people immediately look at you and go like,
Oh, yeah.
it's like, that's not what it is. It actually sounds pretty cool. It's just got a really stupid name.
Exactly.
But
Oh,
no,
God.
yeah, like it's this place is specifically like, yeah, you're going to get high here and you're gonna have I think a good way to put it is the Daisy Carnival. Have any of you guys ever seen footage of like the Daisy Carnival?
The electric
Which
Daisy Carnival.
electric Daisy Carnival. It's
Cool.
very that aesthetic, right? Like that very like old school Alice in Wonderland meets modern 80s weird vibes meets like actually modern like stage presence, like
I'm
a
gonna have
refining of
to-
all that.
I'm gonna have to give the Zween her money back because I found a new venue.
Oh, do you want to get married at a corporate
Drug
club?
capital. Oh, boy.
Honestly, kind of.
Give narco money. Give narco money.
It sounds like a good time. No, I don't have the money. for you, I'm
Narco,
sorry.
what do you think you're gonna get from talking to Lucky? Just asking.
I have a job.
Aha.
You used to be a fixer.
Used
In
to
fact, that's
be.
all he knows. That's the only way he knows you.
Ow.
Is that fixer that stiffed
Yeah.
him on his first job.
Yeah, because he did send you a personal email way back when you had that whole revolving door of jobs, right? One of them was his.
For Skintles?
Yes, at the time he was actually working for Skittles.
Yeah.
And he doesn't want anyone to win.
Yeah.
And so that's where it's going to be, oh yeah, I remember. There's a reason I didn't take it. What do you think that is?
But we'll save that for your guys' confrontation.
Yeah. I think at Narco's offer, I'm gonna be like, allow me to show you a couple of games. The first one is one I love to play with Jeffy. I like to leave little bread crumbs and disappear. And I wrap my arm around him and walk down the street while sending a
Nice.
text to Jeffy.
Oh, god damn it. See, in this scenario, I'm just trying to empathize with Jeffy because there's two PCs on the screen right now. So I have to empathize with the NPC, and Jeffy genuinely just wants to get you good gigs. And he's like, God damn it, Omen's disappeared a fucking again. Like, I guess him leaving the record company, I guess he wasn't running away just from the record company. He just does this to piss me off. Like,
It's something that,
Especially
he's done in
getting
the
a
past.
text that's probably like, hey, getting a booty call with that.
It's
Yeah.
probably
Twilight
something
rap.
close. Like, I'll
Yeah.
hit you up with deets, and like he just gets little texts here and there of like where to go to eventually find me, and it's gonna probably end up being Lucky's Club eventually. But
oh yeah. And as you guys are going for a walk, we're gonna cut from there. We are gonna cut over to Payne Dexter and or Connor. Are you two together? What are you two doing? What's the vibe here?
Drinking.
chug, chug.
Yeah, probably
basically.
drinking and discussing how we're going to get this chip.
Excellent. Yeah, and probably at this point, Serum actually probably sends you a text, Payne Dexter. He goes,
Mhm.
hey, listen, I know you're working on some crazy shit. Seeing you guys work that guy over seemed like it might be fun, or at least interesting. Cool if I tag along. No eddies needed.
I send back. I'm done with that. Can
Hell
you
yeah.
can you deal with? Do you like Nicolas Cage?
He sends you a gif of Nicolas Cage in The Wicker Man with not the bees. And yeah, probably at this point he finally does catch up. So I'm assuming you guys politely at least sort of wait to fully talk biz
Yeah.
until he's there. Yeah, he shows up.
Yeah.
He's like, thank God, that scientist dude would not stop talking. Thanks for taking me on, by the way. Be honest with you, I'm treating this as a bit of an education. I know how to shoot and how to handle myself in combat, but like not as good as you guys, so be cool to get a little bit of a lesson. As he kind of sits down and, he orders a beer as well,
Yep. So I got 4 words for you. Nicolas Cage poser gang.
Oh,
Omen's down for the poser bang.
yeah.
I meant gang, but
No, he's like, huh. So is this what solos do in their spare time?
this isn't spare time. This is a job.
Shit, I guess you're right. Well,
So we'll be working with them.
Hmm.
Take a guess at who we're going after.
well, if I had to take a guess, who's the natural enemy in nature of Nicolas Cage? Is it I don't know why, but I'm getting strong Werner Herzog vibes.
No.
No, it's worse.
He's like, worse than Werner Herzog. Well, you've certainly got me on a line here. Who are we dealing with?
He does that maneuver where you face off, where he takes
No
his hand and puts it on
fucking
his
way.
face.
He's like,
Yes, there's a
no.
Travolta gang.
Oh my god. First of all, Payne, why have we not watched Face Off together on movie night?
I don't
Second of
know.
all, what?
I don't know, but I don't know if I'm gonna want to watch it for a while after this is over.
I mean, I
'cause-
guess if you live it.
yeah,
So, what? They
Especially
just in like a.
since-
Oh, go ahead.
yeah, especially since they sent a spy over there to to work with the gang and find out what they were up to, and he went native. So we have a real face-off situation.
Wait. Are you telling me that a twacked out Nicolas Cage has a bioweapon inside of him that, as far as I can assume from the information that we pulled from that scientist last night, is slowly transforming his personality into what? Another John Travolta?
I'm not sure, but maybe. This is some crazy shit.
He's like, how the fuck have you guys not written a book yet?
I mean, I do movies, not books.
Yeah, that's fair shit. And you couldn't
I
really
haven't
write.
had time.
Yeah, and you couldn't really write Face Off again. I mean, then people would just be saying like, "Oh, you're just writing an Edge Runner Face Off." Like, "Ah, that's so derivative. Who would write like a Face Off story but just with Edge Runners?"
Yeah. You won't believe where we got the original information about this chip, though. Let's just say we were worried that we might get our livers eaten with with fava beans and a nice Chianti.
Speaking of that, I should probably send a few more people there for some pay.
Yeah, as long as he's able to kill them, he's able to pay you.
Hey, nice little supply of eddies.
Jesus, I thought that this town had a problem with poser gangs, but I mean, not like this. Wow. And like he just kind of sits down and takes another big drink of beer and he goes, "Yeah, I knew this was a good decision. Like shit, keep talking." Like
So now we've got to find the Travoltas, find out which one has the chip, find the chip, get the chip, and maybe not kill the one that's used to be or should be Nicolas Cage. It's crazy.
yeah, no, that's fucking crazy. You guys have any information on this chip? Like anything other than like, the like you have like schematics or design documents or anything like that?
We handed everything over to Cash, really, so
Oh,
she
smart
really
call.
should be on this. Let's
And-
call Tiffany.
Yeah, and he's like, "Oh shit. That's right. I was going to propose to her. I know that she's getting married, but maybe, marriage laws are pretty loose out here." And then he sends you a message and goes, "Hey Cash, hey Cash, what's up? Time to come to the bar."
Who is sending me this message? A
Doug.
Nicolas Cage? Doug. Okay, Doug.
Yeah, your friend Serum is.
Right. Yeah, love that. Did he call me Tiffany?
No, he
Send
called
me
you
a-
Cash.
Okay. All right.
He's afraid of taking the joke like too
Too
far,
far.
like doing it too long.
That's good.
He
That's
doesn't want to
fair.
wear it out.
That's fair. That's really good. Good for him. I like that.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna send a thumbs up and
Yeah.
meander that direction. Where the fuck am I?
That's
We're
a
gonna
good
say
question.
this is in between your very tight schedule today, because apparently you're also going to be talking to Trinix by the end of the session, along with
Yeah,
Lucky.
Probably. Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So I'll just be running around and I'll show up. Hello.
No, that was good. I just the timing was really fucking funny. Yeah, no. It's like, hey, you got the schematics from that chip. Can I take a look at those?
Yeah. Just gonna send it
Yeah.
on over.
And like you can see like his I mean he doesn't have marquees, but he still probably has the aesthetic of marquees because he's
Mhm.
just intentionally doing that.
Right.
And he goes, yeah, I mean shit. The chip doesn't I mean the design document for the chip doesn't look like a military chip, so I mean this must have been like an early prototype or something.
Yeah, that's what the scientist was saying.
Yeah.
So Cash, I would say, would you like to make some eddies? But he looks towards the stairs down. You already have like an entourage now,
Hey,
so I'm guessing you're
that's
rolling in it.
I'm not. I am absolutely not rolling in it. I had to sell my soul and a kidney to even get started. So yeah, we'll see how that comes back
Ooh, who'd you
to
sell the
haunt
kidney
me.
to? I know a couple good people. You know, Reyes actually probably would have taken that kidney for a pretty decent price.
That would have been great. No, I doesn't matter. Speaking of, you guys are invited to Shemaya's palace for my wedding. It's gonna be great.
You're
Hey,
getting
Muscle
married
Frog.
at the Schween's place?
Yeah, that's where my kidney went.
Oh, okay.
Sort of. I'm
Wow.
just kidding. She got my soul. The kidney went to someone else. Uh
Ah,
yeah, it's fine. Doesn't matter. You're gonna get an invite later. We could discuss it another time. What did you ask me?
I, I asked you if you wanted in on this job because
Oh,
this is
money.
crazy enough to share.
Yeah, no, I want some money. I'll do it.
What
I
do you
can do
think?
it.
What do you think of Nicolas Cage?
I think he was in like a couple of really good movies, and then everything kind of went weirdly south. And I just thought that maybe he should retire early and be happy on his laurels. Why? What's up?
You know, they said the same thing about Sandler, but that's a whole different story.
Hey,
Honestly,
Sandler made
right?
Uncut Gems, and that is a fucking beauty. Like
Yeah,
I've
but
still never
Serum
seen
and
that.
Mira says at the same time.
I've never seen it. I haven't seen it yet.
Oh, I've got
I
to
know.
so quick aside from the game, very quick. I like to play this game with myself called Double Feature, in which I find two films to watch back to back and I name the double feature. And I have one that's just called Anxiety Central, and it's Good Times and Uncut Gems.
I'm
Would
excited.
recommend.
I will try that. That's good shit. That's really fun. Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, it's really fun.
Yeah, that sounds great. How much money? How many eddies are we talking?
um, maybe you might not get paid in eddies, but access to that chip was part of it.
I don't
Because
know, man.
as far as we know, that chip might be in someone who's posing as a poser ganger.
Well, I mean, and shit,
Tro-
that's I mean, getting your hands on tech that's touched both Op and Zenith, I mean, that's got to be worth its fucking weight in gold.
I
And the
mean,
second Zenith is mentioned, you get a text on your
yeah,
agent. And the
yeah.
agent, the text literally, it's from an unknown number and it says, take the job, get the chip.
Fucking AI.
So you're gonna see Cash's face, and it's gonna be like, I don't know, and then it's gonna go to, yeah. I mean, when is the job? I have shit to do that's in meat space, and I'd like to do it eventually. What is it?
Well, get the meat space, some of the meat space done stuff done,
Just like
and
real
we're
simple
still trying to
thing.
we're still trying to
Marrying the love of my
locate
life.
them and get a call back from the. Oh, by the way, it's in someone who looks like John Travolta right now.
This just gets better. I'm
That's
super
what I was
excited.
saying.
Yeah, great. I know it's gonna be so much fun. Yeah, okay.
Hiram's like, so what leads do we have? Do we frontal assault these Travolta guys? I mean, between the two of you, I'm sure you could kill a small platoon of all of whatever they could provide.
Yeah, well, they'll be working for someone who may have also worked in with or near the chip, who now looks like John Baptiste Emmanuel Zorg.
This motherfucker looks like Gary Oldman.
Gary, I'm sure he probably looks like Gary Oldman with a plastic hairpiece.
God,
Yeah,
you could not write this shit. I mean, I swear, if there was an author, I'd just say, what the fuck were you thinking?
I mean that fucking bitch. So I do have a question though.
Yeah.
Because I feel like this is gonna make or break it. Are we talking Pulp Fiction Travolta or Battleship Earth or whatever Travolta?
Probably multiples. There, he's in another poser gang.
Poser gang of
So they could come
Travolta?
from any
Yes.
of his movies.
It's a poser gang of Nicolas Cage's versus a poser gang of Travolta's.
Okay, so this Travolta is in with the Cages or he's in with the other Travoltas? Was he once a Cage? Is this a face-off? Is this
Yes.
fucking face-off?
This
That's
is
what I
Face Off.
said.
This is fucking Face Off, and I'm here for it. It's amazing.
And I'm here for it.
Honestly, that's kind of fun. Okay, fine. I'll help you willingly this time. Not that anything was holding me accountable to it. Just kidding. Yeah, all right.
Now, Doug, Cash, if that chip's installed in someone, would it be easy to remove, or do we need to bring in the little doc?
Well,
Uh,
oh,
go
go
ahead.
ahead.
No, you go ahead.
Yeah.
You do.
It's like, well, I have a little bit of experience. One time my buddy had a chip slotted in one of his chipware spots, right? And assuming that because this is meant to mount in a chipware slot, looking at these schematics, you can tell by the square base and all that, whatever. If it's in the chipware slot and the guy takes a head injury or something, probably an issue to get out, a little bit more difficult. If instead he ends up, having it and he's fine, we could probably unslot it, though it's probably going to fry the fuck out of his brain if we do it.
Right. I was going to say, like, how much do you want the person alive? Because retrieving the chip's going to be pretty easy.
What do these cages even want you to do? They want you to retrieve the chip, or they want you to, like, bring the guy back or kill him? Or...
They want me to bring the guy back.
Oh,
alive.
Yeah,
You
I'm
don't
sure they
need
mean
me
alive.
because I don't think I can help.
that's.
I mean, I'll try.
Hey, you're the person who's you're the person who's done a P2P and walked away. I believe that you could probably do some crazy shit.
I mean, yeah, you say that, but there was so much shit afterwards.
Fair.
Also, I kind of want to do it again, and Trixie will murder me.
Yeah. Kind of goes, yeah, that's fair. Well,
Hey, if she gives me 50 eddies, I'll do it.
wow. Only 50. You know that her
That's
bounty
it?
and like it's like
Yeah,
you know her
discount for
bounty,
workers.
right? Oh, discount for workers. Yeah. He's like, that's fair, By the way, Cash, have you checked your bounty lately?
Oh, no? I have a bounty? I thought I was
Well,
good.
Well, between all of your online personas that do in fact do sketchy shit, because I like to keep
Right.
up on it, and like you actually notice his eyes are kind of like his body posture is kind of lighting up. Do you want to give me a human perception?
I will. Where's my sheet? Hold, please. Fuck, where's my sheet? I closed it. Shut up, bitch. Hold on.
So how much is her bounty?
I don't know.
You-
Hang on.
don't tell
You'll
Connor.
learn after the human perception. Yeah. Yeah, with a 16, you can tell, and he's never really been bashful about this. It's just he doesn't have a lot of opportunity to do it, and he knows it's not appropriate to do all the time. He is even though he's a Dread Pirate, Serum is a huge Dread Pirate fanboy. Like, he is like here for the Dread Pirates. He thinks that all of you guys are the coolest motherfuckers around.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, like your bounty between all of your associated, about 62,000 eddies. Pretty decent bounty,
Wait,
honestly.
why don't I turn Cash in again?
I mean, I don't
Right?
know. Why don't you?
Because she's worth
He's like-
750,000.
Yeah. He's like, Connor, I mean, could one even quantify whatever bounty you have? And Payne, there's some folks who you fucked over scrolling some XPDs. They actually want your ass. I wish I could say it was higher, 12,000, but still, it's a good start. And you've been pissing in a lot of people's cereal. That's pretty fucking impressive.
Yeah,
Just
people like me for some reason.
Just out of curiosity, which country is the highest?
That would be the no longer existent the government of the no longer existent Sri Lanka.
Oh.
Oh yeah.
Way too real.
Oh.
Like, you just be like, yeah, I didn't really look into it, but I have assumptions that they might have reasons. You're still really cool and scary though. So, and he like holds his hands up. He goes, you guys would not believe what the woman in black's bounty is.
Oh, 1 million at least, right?
18 million.
Oh.
That's
Why
combining
don't we
some
turn in
bounties.
Lucky?
That's some
Why don't- Why
Go
don't I
ahead.
turn myself in?
Yeah. That's
I think I need to renegotiate my contract here.
yeah. Like
Honestly.
that's
yeah.
combining some bounties. I mean, that's between the Darknet and then also like White Wolf, and then also
Mhm.
Op has a stake that they want to take out of the woman in black. And then
Mhm.
Lucky is really fortunate that it's only an open secret or that it's an open secret and not just something in the open that she's the woman in black. Because otherwise I feel like this club would get shot up every goddamn day.
I mean, sometimes it feels
target
like it
practice.
does.
Yeah. Like, yeah, Dutchman will fuck them up though. Honestly, Dutchman, good fucking call. Yeah, sorry. Sidetrack. Cage Crew. God, that's so dumb. Cage Crew.
It's better named than Travolta Team.
Yeah, honestly, who the fuck? Why
People-
Travolta?
They name themselves because they're dumb for making themselves look like these people for no reason.
Yeah, I guess.
I
Kind of.
mean, we did name ourselves the Dread Pirates and we don't own a ship.
Oh, and Serum is gonna kind of lower his head because actually, you would know this. Serum is the one who came up with.
No, I love
Or
it.
no, that was actually Richter. Serum was the one who kind of pushed it a little bit.
No, I love it. I don't want him to
Yeah.
feel like I'm like talking shit about it.
Yeah.
I genuinely love the Dread Pirates.
Yeah,
It's funny to like mention it. Be like,
yeah.
Payne
We're
Dexter
not-
gives Cash a look. The software hacker doesn't know another meaning for pirate.
well, why do you think I named my bay the Pirate Bay? I know that. I
Well,
was
it's not
just
a
trying to make
physical
joke.
isthmus or bay. Like
Yeah.
he says as he kind of he does
It's
one of
just
those like
face.
light like shoulder punch things and then takes a drink of beer.
I know. I mean,
Yeah.
maybe we could buy an island one day if we all make enough money. You guys want to be a part of it?
I mean, if you can buy an island and wrest any of these islands from any manner of corporations, I'll be impressed. And probably not your friend anymore, because at that point I would just assume that you've sold out.
Right. Sold out.
She's never
Right.
sold out ever.
And probably about this point, Cachette. Oh god, my ice cream or cereal or whatever I'm eating.
Daniel's rice.
Oh god, Daniel's rice. So Cachette, you are it's about this time. You know where to find Connor. When he's not doing a job, he's in the bar or at his house, but usually in the bar.
It must
And
be one of those like
oh, go ahead.
serendipitously. I know that you were talking about going out on a job.
Yeah.
So yeah, they're talking about the job, and ends off right where it was. And Cachette just like, are you guys in like one of the corner booths, maybe?
Question: you at the bar, corner booth?
Yeah, and like or is this a higher level or is this?
It'd be.
There's like
it would-
these chairs here. Are they on a higher level than the?
No, this is the
Floor over
dance
here?
floor. So this is there.
Ah.
It's all level.
Oh, these are walls.
Yeah, these are little chain dividers, or not chain, but like fencey kind of dividers.
Yeah,
Little
they're
barriers.
partitions.
Yeah.
I'll be honest, in my brain, it looked like we were looking at like it's a hill.
Oh,
and
yeah.
These walls are like the parts that are raised up.
Oh, yeah. No, I
I'm-
get you. I get you.
I'm not all here right now.
This is the VIP booth. No, yeah. I hear you. I hear you. But yeah, I'm assuming, unless someone says otherwise, it seems like you guys are probably at a table? If Connor's disassembling his sidearm?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Nice booth.
Oh, he does know how to do it, laying all the parts out on his one thigh.
That's fair. That's pretty
Ooh.
sick.
Well, when
So-
you go into war zones, you gotta learn how to do it.
True.
Coming like just around the corner, you hear knock, knock, knock. And he's just standing, Cachette's just
Oh.
standing there, has Bessie like carrying Bessie.
Serum's like, Norm! As he takes another drink.
No, it's Cachette.
What, does
Did
no one
you
have...
get her fixed?
Not only that, I did have to rebuild most of the action. Everything else is original, except he hands it to you, and whatever kind of finish the rifle had, mwah, it's pristine. Like redone, everything.
Cracks open the breech. It's like, nice. Oh, that slides very well.
I might not have as much control over my fingers as most, but I know how to get a barrel lathe to the perfect circumference.
Why does that sound like a euphemism to me?
Because you live in the gutter?
Oh, this is hardly a bad gutter to live in. He gestures around.
That's true.
Yeah, it's the
God,
driest gutter in town. Or the
Yeah.
wettest, as he holds up his beer.
Clink his beer. I will absolutely fucking clink his beer.
Hell yeah.
Cachette sees that everyone's doing that and just like reaches out and clinks one of his metal knuckles.
Yep.
Yeah, Serum probably goes, see, he's in it. He's in it. Kind of
He's
takes
in
a
it.
drink. Yeah.
So probably out of one of Connor's like side pockets on his combat leathers, he pulls out a round for Nessie and go click. And sights to the front door.
I mean, we've got a range. We've got like
got
a
a
whole
range.
range.
Yeah,
You don't have to
we
shoot
He
the
just
got
wants
a
to see what the Dutchmen are gonna do.
Oh, yeah, the Dutchmen step aside and look a little bit anxiously at each other of like, I don't think Lucky would approve of this, but I mean, are you going to tell him no? Like,
Who's shooting holes in my floor?
yeah, probably one of them looks at you. Probably Ulf Hednar at this point is at conveniently placed enough to look at you and kind of give you one of those slight like grumpy old lady looks of just like, better not.
I just look at her, give her a bit of a shit-eating grin, and take the round out of the chamber.
She very subtly moves her hand away from the gun on her side.
Well, if it's anything like the last major battle I used her in, I don't think any of them would be making it to me.
I don't know. Ulf Hednar is statted. I've statted out Ulf Hednar at this point. She's pretty scary. I mean, not Connor scary, but she'd put up a bit of a fight.
I feel like this is just one of those systems where you have to go first or you lose in a lot of fights.
Yeah, you're not wrong, really. It's
Like one-on-ones.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Because this is a very tactical system. If you have tactics and a good role base behind you, you're unstoppable.
And it's interesting seeing two solos square off at each other.
Oh yeah, because there is some interesting shit like with the operator, for instance. He was statted pretty appropriately and wasn't even all that much DM bullshit in that fight with Suya. And we got like a really cool fight out of it.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, no, probably Serum is like, all right, well, now that the gang's all here, hey Cachette, have you ever watched and then he like looks at Payne like, what's an obscure one?
shit. What was that vampire one?
Yeah, he's like, yeah, what was the vampire one? Hey, Cachette, what was
Interview
that
with a
vampire
Vampire?
movie with Nicolas Cage? Oh, shit.
No.
Oh, damn it. No, I was trying to...
Underworld?
Under-
Or yeah,
I-
Underworld.
I love... I love how the conversations when Serum is involved get a lot more casual than everyone else's conversation. He's just such a little, like, goofball.
Vampire's Kiss. That's it.
That's the one. How do you feel about
Oh,
Vampire's Kiss?
Now you reminded me that I saw it. Now I have to think about it. And I'll get back to you on later. It depends on the day.
I have
goes-
never seen that. I just kind of shy away from anything that's not National Treasure
it's
when
better
it comes to
than Face
Nicolas
Off.
Cage.
Oh, did you just say it's better than Face Off?
Oh,
I don't like
speaking
Face
of,
Off.
You don't
You
like,
don't like
Face
Face
Off?
Off?
you're gonna hate this job we're doing.
What? Is your job just to sit around and watch the movie? Not to.
No,
I mean,
it's-
Paindexter. I know that Paindexter would like that, but
We're
No, we
gonna
get to
ruin
live
my
it.
fucking Face Off.
are we starring in a remake for the BD?
Basically, yes, but also live rounds. So you know,
What?
Okay.
So you got hired by Nicolas Cage?
Yeah.
Sort of.
To chase
So
down
ba-
another Nicolas Cage.
who's pretending to be a Travolta in the midst of Travoltas?
I feel like at this point, Cachette's just like, kind
Honestly,
deal.
I'm just in it for the Eddies.
Poser gang war. Let's just say poser gang war.
I love the fact that this conversation that has lasted now for about 10 minutes has had this exact line of inquiry 3 times and it hasn't gotten old for me.
Yeah, it's great.
Is it been 10 minutes?
Yeah.
Oh
At
shit,
least.
I've been talking a lot.
No, not really. But
No,
no,
you haven't been in the conversation except for the last 2 minutes.
Yeah, yeah. But no, but no, fucking he's like, yeah, in between well, I got a text from Felix. And he said that you're really scary. So but like in a good way.
I was in the Meganon when I did that, and you remember how many things I had to help you had to help me cite in.
Oh, I didn't get to see the inaugural Amsterdam appearance of the
Ask
Meganon?
Felix for the BDs. He's always running
shit.
one.
That's right. He's always got BDs going. Yeah, I'll have to check that out. He's not gonna like that BD
It's
at the
it's gonna
end.
get a little intense, and I know that you are Felix's friend, so I must say to be careful.
And he kind of looks and kind of.
Felix is fine. Felix just he liked killing Nazis a little too much, and I say that as someone from Israel.
To be fair, that does sound like a good time.
Yeah, probably Paindexter actually, or not. Jesus Christ! Why am I trying to act out your character? Probably Serum at this point kind of has a little bit of a furrowed brow and goes, "Huh? Yeah, I'll ask him for the BD and I'll You took care of him though?
32.
No, I meant Felix.
Oh,
Unless that is a very strong euphemism for something I did not expect out of you.
That would be
Listen.
the weirdest 69 I've ever heard of.
listen. You made me his keeper at the at the bar, and then I felt bad because I didn't do that. Of course I took care of him. He's with Ingvar.
Kind of goes, oh man, I didn't mean nothing by it. I'm sorry about that. Thank you. Thank you. Seriously, I appreciate it.
Besides, it helped me test out and calibrate the jet system. I mean,
Yeah, and he's like, did you just say jets?
jet assisted.
Ooh. And he's kind of like, well, I'll have to see that in action sometime. Next time you head out there, care if I come with?
As long as you're all right with the danger.
And he kind of smiles and goes, anyone ever tell you how I got in this gang?
You'll have maybe on the way there.
Kind of shrugs and goes, or you could ask Cash. She was there too. God.
Well, I was
Uh,
waiting for. I was thought.
Oh,
I have
yeah.
nothing.
Yeah,
I'm
Cash.
trying. Okay, legit. I've spent the last few seconds trying to figure out how two people with 32. Like, I'm trying to figure out how bodies would go together that way because it doesn't matter. We're moving on.
I think I
And you
know
broke
how,
in.
and I'm not going to describe it on stream.
Describe it
Please
later.
tell me later. Tell me later.
Yeah, that'll be an after stream thing. But yeah, probably at that point.
Wow.
Yeah, probably at that point he goes, yeah, she's off in La La Land. Sometimes whenever she thinks about weird sex stuff, she has to figure out how it works.
And then find my girlfriend.
Oh, shit. And probably, Cash, this is about the time that you get the text on your phone. And Lucky, you get the text on your phone from Trinix.
Oh.
And that text says, hey, can you come check out the equipment? Want to make sure that something with Hacker Hank is working properly.
Okay. I'll thumbs up again
Yeah,
and
that's
be
fine.
like,
Just letting
yo,
you know, I don't have my character sheet right now because I have been trying to log back into Forge for the past 15 minutes.
Ooh, I'm sorry to hear that.
So
That's okay. I mean, you have a bug finder and stuff like that. We can just roll off of. We don't need any super big rolls or anything. But
Yep. It is still loading. It's pretty it's pretty.
Or he can run to Mira's room and toss a dice in front of her.
Ha. But that being said, yeah, we'll go down.
But yeah, so you guys head down to the med bay, and probably Trenix pops the door open, and or Suzerain pops the door open. Why am I trying to play everyone else's character today?
what is your deal?
Yeah,
Just
what is
kidding.
my deal? No, Suzerain pops the door open and goes, "Hey, good to see you both.
Hi.
Another day in the office."
Yeah, how
Hi.
are you?
If it were,
How
I
y'all
wouldn't be
doing?
down here. What's going on?
Well, I was getting some weird readings from Hank, pretty consistently on a daily basis or so. I thought, I don't know, maybe it might have been some kind of blip in his circadian rhythm or something like that. Um, but Trenix here pretty much immediately solved what was going on, and I want to make sure that whatever's going on isn't just someone trying to fuck with us. And
What the basis is we want to make sure that the electronics are performing at the correct optimal mode so that we're not getting readings that are not correct and what they should be, and we want to make sure that the information that we did get is legit coming, not machine problems.
I'm gonna just slide over and plug in.
Okay.
absolutely.
Meanwhile, I will run a bug sweep. I have my character sheet back, finally.
Excellent. So yeah,
Do we need interface?
and you can, yeah, definitely. Interface would be totally good. Nice. Yeah, no
I'm sorry.
issues.
I thought she meant I'm just gonna slide in and P2P.
Back in, yeah, P2P.
Not about it, but no.
So Lucky, your bug sweeper does not pick up any erroneous bugs, or any kind of weird hard line, short line, anything like that, right? Cash, you interface, and I mean, this machine, aside from I mean, like, as a net runner, anytime you jack into any machinery, you're like, oh, I could make that better and that better,
Mhm.
and that could run faster. Aside
Mhm.
from it being completely stock, you don't see a single issue with this machine.
Okay.
And
Okay.
it's a pretty straightforward functioning machine too. Not a lot of
Mhm.
shit goes through software. Most of the stuff that goes through software is for data interpolation as opposed to
Mhm.
like measuring things. So like the only thing that could be messed with, even if there was something there, would just be how the data presents itself, not the raw data.
Mhm.
So this thing's clean.
Okay. What's happening? What's happening here? Would I have seen it?
Suzerain, you wouldn't see it, no.
Okay.
Because it's medical data. It's stuff that, like, you just don't have the eyes to parse. And Suzerain kind of looks over at Trenix and kind of holds out her hand and goes, he's the resident weird medicine expert.
Okay, mending fences with friends. Let's be truthful, honest. So she has been monitoring Hacker Hank for a while and got information and stuff and noticed this irregular pattern that is going off like clockwork twice a day. She showed me the data, and I noticed that it was as the data goes through, it kind of does it in a Morse code communication type thing, which for the brain to have the capability of doing that is not a simple task. That requires a lot of brain power, regardless of the state of the body. But the brain itself would have to require
You
quite
say
a
it's
bit of
some
power
sort of
to do that.
code? How do you know?
It's a communication.
What does the code say?
Suzerain kind of looks at Lucky first and goes, I'll get to that in a second because I like tension. No, just kidding. What I actually am meaning is, I know it because there is no feasible medical way for this to even be possible. But we looked at the code basis, and there is a very clear pattern, and she just holds up the tablet that has the translation that says P to P on it. She says, I think that there are no such things as coincidences.
I'm gonna have to call Trixie.
Yeah, Cash. Yeah, I'm trying to play other people's characters too now.
Yeah.
Lucky closes her eyes for a long moment and says, Cash,
Hmm.
are you sure this is something you would want to do?
Okay, so listen. Real talk, I enjoy the fuck out of this. This sounds like a super fun thing that I would absolutely love to do again, regardless of my health and well-being, because honestly, that's a rush that has not been comparable since. Here's the thing. If I don't die from that, Trixie will actually murder me. So
I'm pretty sure she told you to never do that again. Am I right?
What
yeah.
what if we set up parameters before we even attempt to do it to safeguard both individuals during the process and keeping up the
I have a better idea.
tracking of
Could you
Yeah.
not use Jezebel?
My demon program is
Yes,
not fit to do something like that. I'm so sorry.
Totally
no.
just your demon program.
Suzerain kind of looks between the two of you and goes, okay.
Remember we had this conversation already?
Also, do you want a demon inside Hacker Hank's mind?
Wait, so did you have this conversation? Oh, wait, no, you didn't
Yeah.
have this conversation with Trenix and Suzerain, did you?
No, I think Amy's like, you shouldn't know that.
No,
Oh,
we
no,
know
no.
that. I don't
Okay.
know why you're saying that shit out loud because you want us both to be killed.
Yeah, in front of two people who don't know. I think that's what
Yeah.
she's confused about.
So I am telling you, no, my demon program can't do something like that. It's not equipped.
Mm-hmm.
Shut the fuck up. I don't say that out loud.
Hey, at the end of the day, that
text
thing
you.
is your problem,
Shut
not
the fuck
mine.
up. Right, I know. I'm working out the bugs. We'll see if I can get it fixed, but it in no way is ready for something like this. And you're going to get 2 text messages. One is shut the fuck up, and 2 is are you fucking crazy? And it's all happening while I'm talking to you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because
no,
honestly,
she's not impressed at all.
I don't
Yeah.
care if you're impressed. Shut up.
No,
Shush.
no, stop that.
You stop. Excuse me.
Yeah, now
Man,
I'm
I
getting a
missed
little
too
upset.
much. I should have been around more. I'm
Okay.
sorry for being gone for so long. I
Because at the end
missed
of the
way
day,
too much.
honestly, so
Mhm.
1, we already checked this place is clean. 2, out of everybody that would know, Lucky does not care if Trinix or Suzerain would
But
know.
it's not your place to tell people.
Oh,
That's my thing.
I'm sure we'll remember that later on down the road. So, let's move on.
Wow.
Okay. I need to call Trixie. I'm
Yeah.
gonna text Trixie.
Okay. You text Trixie.
Hello. I need your advice. I love you. What if they put in like safeguards in place and then I PvP'd with Hacker Hank again? P2P'd with how much would you hate me? Leave me? Would you murder me? And would you do it after I get my will done? And that's the message.
You immediately get a phone call.
Yeah, hello.
Hon, why are you texting me this?
It's a great question. Because I guess Hacker Hank has got some brain activity and he is requesting into P2P via Morse code. And I could do it, but you'd hate me if I did it.
He's like, hey, let's not get into that kind of talk first.
Mhm,
This feels like a conversation we should have like in person
mhm.
together.
Okay.
I am not outright angry at you for asking that. I just want to actually talk to you, because
Mhm.
this is a big thing. Do you want to talk about it?
Yes. Yeah,
She's
we'll
like,
talk about it.
okay, okay. She's like, I love you. I don't want you to get, lost or in trouble or anything.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine.
yeah.
I just don't want you to be mad that I did it without you knowing and without talking about it first. So
She's like, yeah, well then don't do it without me knowing and without talking to me first.
okay,
You goofball.
okay.
Yeah. She's like, let's talk about it just whenever you come back to the room. I'm not doing anything. Well, I mean, I am. I'm working on fucking. I mean, the people at Shemaya's Palace are great and they're really helping, but it's not as if they know how to run a wedding. I have had to turn down 6 different rounds of strippers. Maybe
Oh,
they'll get some tastefully dressed people.
I thought you wanted strippers.
Well, yeah,
I
but
like
not while we're
specifically
doing
asked for them.
vows. Not while we're
Well,
doing vows.
what if they're just in the background?
You are going to give me so many gray hairs. Jesus.
You love this.
Yeah, whatever. She's like, just swing by whenever. We can talk about it. We can get it figured out.
Okay. Yeah, I can do that.
Yeah, and she'll hang up.
Yeah, I gotta talk to my person about that first. So, you guys work out your safeguards. Maybe maybe we can, I don't know, do it kind of safely. Let's see. Chemics.
Yeah, Suzerain's like, well, if you're gonna do a P2P or someone else is, I don't really know what a safeguard would be. Could I make a suggestion?
Mm-hmm.
So, most of the time, whenever I have someone come in who needs something with an implant that I don't know, especially things like Borgware or that sort of thing, or anytime something needs fixed in the med bay, Serum comes by. Maybe we talk to Serum. He might be able to help set something up, or maybe you can call some people from I don't know. Well, I guess you can't really trust anyone else with Hacker Hank because that's
Mm-hmm.
kind of dangerous.
Mm-hmm. I figured out.
Yeah. Kind of nods and she's like, yeah, like, and she's like, well, whatever the case, she's like, whatever the case, and like literally as she says whatever the case, you see that there's like a family who's like walking in right behind you guys.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I'll I'll let you guys go. I gotta go have a conversation with my
Yeah.
person.
And
Bye. Have fun.
yeah. And Lucky, do you also head out?
She'd probably pull Cash aside for a moment.
Okay.
She'd just apologize.
Oh, well, thank you.
So
Sorry
no,
that
that's fine.
it came out
That
harsh. I'm just, incredibly
she's just going to
dangerous and
apologize and
illegal.
walk away. It's fine.
Yeah.
We don't need to have this conversation.
Okay. Okay.
But yeah,
Who are you and where did you put Lucky?
right. But yeah, so you guys and I think that probably we are probably going to cut there for the evening. We have got a lot of crazy plates spinning on in the background, and I'm really hyped for next week because next week we're gonna be handling a pretty decent sized event. We're gonna fast forward a little bit of time, not a lot, just like a week or so. And we'll kind of look at some stuff. And yeah, other than that, let us get some sign-offs. First, let's start with Brian.
Yes, I'm Brian. I played Connor tonight. Yeah, I got my favorite gun back. Probably much to the Mira's chagrin.
Ha, ha. Oh no, this is beneficial for 2 players, so I'm happy about it.
Yeah, this could be fun. Yeah, you can also find me on the occasional Friday in the Immortal War, where I play the Shogun Magistrate. You can find me on Saturdays running after the bomb, which would be next Saturday. And this Sunday coming is Gloomfall, which should be quite interesting. We haven't been at that for a while, so gotta come up with some ideas for you.
I'm so hyped.
I think I know what I'm going to do.
I'm gonna be real with you. Like, I love 3.5. Gloomfall is just so fucking good.
Yeah, maybe you need a couple more people to come work with you.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I need more people because my problem is
yeah.
that I don't have enough people to manage right now.
Yeah, a whole congregation of people.
Yeah. I still have to get my
someone needs
fucking
to do his sermon. We've been waiting for this.
True. And I still need to get my Drow Judicator friend. Well, soon to be Judicator. He's an anti-paladin now.
But yeah, that's stuff we can work on. That's pretty well it right now.
All right. Excellent. Next, let's go to the supervillain of streaming himself, the Computer King.
Yes, I'm Computer King, retired supervillain, and I was Dexter, telling all sorts of people about the new Face Off sequel.
Good.
Yeah, I got to come up with a name for that for when the BD is done.
Yeah.
Because Faces Off just doesn't sound right.
Face offs with the
Face
S at the end of
offs.
offs.
There we
Yeah.
go.
Face oft.
Face offed.
Or
That
face
works.
no, like faced, like the past tense.
Wait, we're
Yeah.
talking about John Travolta. We could literally just say Face Off to Electric Boogaloo.
That's true.
Mm-hmm.
That's true.
Stop it.
So
Fucking stop it.
now every
Face
other
Off Saturday Night Fever.
Sorry, continue, Computer King.
Every other Friday, I'm in the Immortal War playing a very sneaky Lily Clan member who has to frame a thief as soon as possible. And on the other Fridays, I'm in Yakshas playing John Howler, who, well, he drives a big monkey mech. And we haven't gotten to drive any mechs lately, seriously at least. But we will. I know it's coming, especially once we get to New York. And on Mondays, I'm in the Shard verse of the Shrike verse, playing Lollipop, a giant brain with spindly body, who now worships a machine god and wants to make machine people. And that's all I got right now. Who's next?
Let's go for the Wunderkind of medicine here, Scat.
All right, I'm Scott, and I played. My brain just forgot who I am.
Tranix.
Trinix, who has been a very bad friend and has to figure out what. Well, he knows who he cares about. There was just education.
You've been
Now he's gonna die.
naughty.
So that'll be entertaining. What else, man? This Thursday, so we got Saturday. I'm in after the bomb. We got a tank kind of thing. I think. I don't know. I couldn't see anything. I couldn't shoot anything that day. I was rolling bad that day. It happens. Whatever. Then Sunday, I'm in Gloomfall. And yes, I got a sermon I have to deliver at some point.
So high.
I've got it somewhere on this computer. I know I do. I saved it somewhere. It's still there. And then on Monday, the Shardverse. I'm part of the Forearms people. We're doing good. I don't know. I can't remember what's in there. It was awesome though. It's good.
Mhm.
We're doing things. We saved a bunch of people. That's what I
Yes,
did.
we
I
did.
stood outside of the gate and let people go through because
Yeah.
I was carrying around a big magical item.
And we blew up a bunch of bugs.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know. That's all my brain can think of.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right on. Next, let's go to Nightheart.
Hi ho, friendollos. My name is Ron, otherwise known as Nightheart. Caught me here today playing Cachette, well, mostly as Narco, who still has to get the offer, other than the offer. You can also catch me here this Friday. We will be running the Immortal War, where, we're just in L5R Japan land and no one is vibing. Or you can catch me every other Friday running Yakshas, where, they're off to New York, and no one is vibing. You can also find me here on Mondays in Shrikeverse, Shardverse, literally 1984. Where we all just got back and we're gonna rebuild our mechs and send them places where no one's vibing.
What's the deal
Yeah.
with the vibing? I feel like we're vibing in L5R. It's a weird vibe, but we're vibing.
And you can also find me here on Wednesday, where I am Sinel, the snake who went up to Bob and was like, and
Yeah.
also has like weird machinations against his new associates. He's vibing.
He's
Yeah,
vibing.
He's big vibing.
Yeah.
All right. Excellent. So, next things next, let's go to Daniel, the Pretty Prince.
Yeah, yo.
Shut up. God damn it.
Yo, what up? It's your boy, Assassin McNasty, the pretty prince. Or princess of... Shoot, what's the name? Ah! Never mind, it's from that movie. Princess of... Nope, it's gone.
You lost
Anyways,
me.
Yep, It's from Princess Diary. No, is it Diaries? Fuck, I don't know. Yeah, you caught me here playing Omen, who was just being himself and said, "Fuck the corporate." And someone was like, "They're gonna want to take you back," and he's like, "Ha, nope, try me, bitch." And then went off to go have some fun with some needles and hands. And then you can catch me here tomorrow in the Immortal War as Masahira, and then every other Friday in Yakshas as Sin, who is piloting Legion, who is definitely not just an AI super virus that was going to take down the entire banking system of the world, but or whatever it was, something like that. And you can wrap around to catch me on Wednesday. This is Gideon Sunborn, the ranger who wields a big ass glaive and says, "Protect the children, please. Somebody think of the children." And is now going to go on a big epic adventure and kill big things and maybe protect his party, stuff like that. And that's me.
All right. That brings us to let's do Amy. Fuck it. Let's
Okay.
go.
Hold on. I had the name of the place in the Princess Diaries, and then it sat there for too long in my brain and just melted away, and I fucking forgot it again. Shit, that's all I'm gonna think about. That and 32s. Whole night.
Oh,
Whole
look
fucking night.
look in New Amsterdam. You got the answer to 32.
I'll look in a second. I can't focus on that right now. I got one thing.
About you. I'm feeling
God.
32.
Oh God.
Okay.
Genovia.
Hello. Genovia!
Genovia.
Fuck.
We did it. We
I-
did it. We did it.
She just
We
died.
got him.
Trash
All right.
Canistan.
Man,
Trash
that
cannon stand.
fucking dopamine hit that just happened was so good.
Hell yeah.
Fuck. All right. Every other Tuesday, not this week, next week, I run Nobility and Notoriety. It's 5e and Good Society. And I think my players like it. I'm not sure. We'll see. They have to fight a dragon, maybe. Or they could just talk to it. Who gives a shit? It's just a wedding. Who cares? And then Wednesdays, I'm in Over the Horizon, where I actively try to annoy my GM. And Thursdays, I'm in I'm in this thing that I'm in right now. Fuck it. And then every other Friday is L5R. And I think tomorrow.
That's Friday.
Tomorrow. There's always tomorrow.
I know, but I gotta
You're
make
only
sure
a day
that I
away.
know all the time, dude. Like honestly, every day. So it's me. Thank you. Goodbye.
All right. That leads us to Cyrus Smith.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Cyrus Smith, and today you caught me playing Lucky, who, even at the best of days, cannot keep from putting her foot in her mouth. You can also catch me on Fridays, playing in Yakshas, playing Indiana, another character who is very good at getting very deep into a lot of trouble very quickly. You can also find me on every other Saturday in After the Bomb. You can find me running. Well, Tuesday, you can find me in Notability and Notoriety. And you can also find me running Over the Horizon on Wednesdays. That's me.
All right, which leads it to me. Hello, everybody. My name is Mira Shades GM, also known as just Mira sometimes. Also known as the Queen of England. I took it. I stole it from across the ocean, and that's me now. Sorry. Oopie. Sorry, Charles. You can also catch me. I'm sorry, that joke was stupid. You can also catch me tomorrow, where I'm going to be playing Hiroki the Himbo Samurai. Very excited about that. Where that'll be good. Hiroki is in the very center of a shitstorm, and similar to Adam Jensen, he didn't ask for this. You can also catch me on Saturdays, every other Saturday, not this Saturday, but next Saturday, in After the Bomb, a Twilight 2000 story that we are doing as Adam McCarthy, who during that entire gunfight, he dragged someone who was injured into a car and then started smoking a cigarette, much to the chagrin of the sniper. There's a lot of chagrin in that game. And then you can catch me on Sundays, where I am in Gloomfall. Please, God, I'm so excited. I can't wait any longer. I'm so hyped for Gloomfall. It's gonna be good. I play Madame Yinvrath, who's batshit crazy and has way too many people working for her right now. And she'll figure out a way to deal with it eventually. And then there is Tuesdays with Nobility and Notoriety, where I am playing the most pleasant character that anyone's ever seen. She's lovely, and there's nothing wrong with her, and she's not weird. She's the most she's the most most normal person in the cast, I think.
I feel like this game is just constantly described with sarcasm. Like
Well, it is, because it's like we're talking about the Fae, and what do the Fae do better than not talk about things directly?
we're the waspiest of fucking games.
Oh shit. Oh god. It's so fucking true though. And then that is oh, and on Monday. Why did I skip Monday? I'm in fucking Jay-Z's acclaimed album Shrike Verse 444, where I play as part of Team Forearms, and I am the showbod who's so bod, Clay, who threatened his boss's boss, which was pretty fun. And yeah, other than that, I think that that's going to be it for all of us over here at Paradise Theater. Check out all of our socials in the description of the Twitch or the YouTube video, based on whatever you're watching. Or if you somehow are watching this on Twitter, which is literally impossible, go ahead and check out our socials from there as well. And from all of us here at Paradise Theater, let's get a Nostrovia and get the heck out of here.
Nostrovia!
Nico.